I know Kingston.
Lord of His mercy. Let me know. Them bring out the lion in me. Them I feel me raw. Now bow down to no Babylon law. Them can't imply me. Them can't destroy me. Solid as a rock when they try to hold me back. Free up your mind from mental slavery. Only way you know yourself is know it completely. You've got to live righteous. It's hard cause they spite us. Babylon not trick me and not try to fight us. But we refuse to be who you want us to be. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. But we refuse to do what you want us to do. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel.
We're destined to make it, cause we're destined for greatness. No rest, progress, keep creating. Said them can't break down what they have not created. New paths we keep making. Above the land it's groundbreaking. No watch us fly over the hills and the valleys. Reach for the sky, it should be mandatory. Just give it a try and don't let them steal your glory. That's why we push ourselves, making sure we write a better story. Cause
we refuse to be who you want us to be. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. But we refuse to do what you want us to do. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. Yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a rebel. Make we take it to another level. Them a act like them a Christ when we know them a the devil. Chat hear every prayer where we're making at the chapel. And we rejoice when them bounce and free the shackle. Alright, fire we a button, hotter than sun. When we ain't got to with them run up and down. Beat up the sound of the spiritual drum. Make Africa here we a come. Cause we get the victory and the fight. When we attack from in and the night. And after the glorious Michael Jah lead us in his light. We refuse to be who you want us to be. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. But we refuse to do what you want us to do. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel, yeah. And a rebel, yeah. Them bring out the lion in me. Them I feel me raw. Now bow down to no Babylon law. Them can't imply me. Them can't destroy me. Solid as a rock when they try to hold me back. Free up your mind from mental slavery. Only way you know yourself is know it completely. You've got to live righteous. It's hard cause they spite us. Babylon not trick me and not try to fight us. But we refuse to be who you want us to be. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. But we refuse to do what you want us to do. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel. Cause we are who we are, and a rebel.
You Kingston and wailing soul in the place.
Protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must be where I the mark of the beast. Oh, make a prayer for a sunny day. Can't take the sky when it's so gray. Jah give me strength so I never go astray. Listen what the kings and I say. Oh, protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must beware of the mark of the beast. Protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must beware of the mark of the beast. Oh, Jah, give me the strength so that I never go astray. As I trod over these hills, over mountains and valleys, please guide me on my way. This is what I pray. At times in life we struggle, but I'm trying to keep the faith. So much going on in this world that is wrong. We're searching for the answers to the questions in this song. Do you have some time for me? Please hear me when I plead and take away this negativity. Yeah. Protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must beware of the mark of the beast. Protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must beware of the mark of the beast.
They try to clip our branches, but them can't kill the roots. Life can be a struggle, so we're off it is your youth. Don't give me the drugs to juggle, don't give me the guns to shoot. Just trust in Jah and you will find a way to make it through. The race is for the swift, chosen are a few. Babylon, I ask the question like an interview. Because it's in the paper, do you think that makes it true? Just follow Jah teachings and you're gonna make it through. Cause
protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must beware of the mark of the beast. Protect me from the evil in the streets. Protect me from the robbers and thieves. I'm begging for some strength when I get weak. Must beware of the mark of the beast.
Jah work, Jah work, Jah work, Jah work, Jah work, Jah work. Kingston and Welling, soul in the place. Jah work, Jah work. Open your head. Jah work, Jah work. Yeah, man, I know Kingston. Hear what the man said. Jah work.
Hello. That's Miss Ravioli's line. That's not my lines. Good morning. This is JahLogic, also known as Mr. M, and this is the Morning Rant. And with me, I have my co-host, Schoolboy, and Mimi F. Baby. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, man. I think we were playing the mute battle there for a second.
No doubt. Good morning, Mimi. Your mic is not on or not connected. You're not muted on my side. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now? Am I good? Okay, cool. Yeah, like, all right, when we do our good mornings, I've started to, like, practice pausing because I'm just not, you know how, like, in school, like, I'm the one to answer the question first, but I'm, like, trying to practice, like, staying back, but it didn't work with Schoolboy because both of us usually are the first ones to answer. So, anyway, happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. Good morning to you. Your background is crazy this morning, though.
That's Harlem. Good morning, Harlem. How are you?
Good morning, Harlem. Let me go to the chat. Sleazy Eye Key is clapping this morning. Good morning, Sleazy Eye Key. To the co-producer, Sleazy Eye Key. Salute to Redemption, our associate producer, Redemption. And Miss Ravioli says hello. Good morning. Good morning to you, Miss Ravioli. She said a whole lot of hellos this morning, actually. And Aki Betha says Rastafarian-ism. Salute to you, my G. All right, so good morning to everybody. Actually, Redemption said namaste this morning, so she's on her yoga tip this morning.
And thank you, Sleazy, for the donation. Caught it in the Cash App. Appreciate you.
Salute to Sleazy Aki for always donating to us. Salute to that man. All right, so good morning from the Morning Rant. Let me just throw that on the screen. So first off, you already know what time it is. We like to get some motivation in the morning. Mimi F, baby, are you ready for today's information?
Of course I am.
That's what's up. So with that being said, let's get Mimi F, baby up there with today's information, and let's get it. All right, let's do this. Set this up. All right, here we go.
2, 1, 2, ready.
Good morning, everyone. You already know what time it is. Mimi F, baby, with your information. Because when you stay ready, you don't have to what? Get ready. And here at the Renter Union, you will always be ready. Okay? All right. So today actually comes from my tea. So I love when I'm getting my tea and it gives me some tea. Amen. And the packet said today, trust your identity to be in touch with your reality. And that rang true for me in so many ways. It resonated with me. Trust your identity. Repeat it after me. Trust your identity. Be in touch with your reality. And what that really is saying, or what it said to me, is if I know who I am, like, my reality is whatever I set it to be, because I know who I am in the inside. So if I choose to live, my identity says I live in abundance. I don't live in lack. I don't live in scarcity. Then my reality is abundance. My reality is prosperity. If I know that I'm a bomb ass person, then my reality will look like fly ass things at all times. So know who you are, because that will then show you the world around you. And if there's some things that don't feel so good right now in your reality, like, you have the power to change it. Like this very second, right now, just change it. Just change it. You don't like how you feel, and choose to feel good, and then do those things to make you feel good. So that's really the word of the day. I'm really inspired. I had a good weekend, but then there are also like the bumps along the roads as I'm like navigating through like this entrepreneurial journey, getting back on like a new wellness routine, just establishing some new disciplines as we move forward into the spring and more into 2021. And I'm sure there's some places in your life where you're winning, and then there's some other places where you want to win more. But just trusting your own identity, to let that be in touch with your reality. That's it. That's all I got.
Salute to Mimi F, baby, for today's information. Miss Ravioli says something. I don't know what the fuck. DJ accent. What is that? I don't know. Saw it, knew it. Respect my neuters. Nurderers. What is that?
Nurturers. Derek Jackson. He's a like motivational speaker, and he lies in relationships, but that's not where I got that from. I'm not sure if you're making that correlation, but I do like Derek Jackson, if that's who you're talking about, and he is a great nurturer.
Yo, so Derek Jackson got caught cheating on his wife, according to allegedly, in their own bed, allegedly.
Oh, I did hear something about that. That was the dude, the relationship expert.
Yeah, protect your crown, Arthur. I got it. OMG. Like,
Yeah.
Is this whole weekend was about just relationships going down the drain? Like, there's so many to talk about. No, that just hurt my heart. All right. We'll move forward. He's human. We'll move forward.
You forgave him already? Get that man a
We
business.
pray. We pray for everybody involved. We pray for everybody involved.
So now she's saying Mimi is correct. Abusers use the same ideology. What
Okay.
what ideology are you talking about, Miss Ravioli? Early this morning. Anyway, Redemption says,
Logic. I think I'm the abuser, and I think she's saying Derek and I are abusers together because we use the same ideology. And if that's the case, all right.
I don't know, Ms. Ravioli. I will give you an opportunity to clear that up before we keep going. Mills Lane says, "Good morning, Ranters in the chat. Salute to my guy, Mills Lane. Salute to you, brother." And Redemption says, "Derek Jackson or Jax or whatever his nigga name is, allegedly cheating. StepGotJokes said that's a rumor. It's not confirmed." All right. So, I mean, if he was, it's none of our fucking business. But I mean, I guess we talk shit here about everybody. So it is what it is. I mean, if it was funny, I'd definitely like to bring it up. But, you know, I didn't think it was worth us talking about it. I never watched any of his so-called relationship guru videos or anything like that. So I barely knew who he was outside of the fact that he made the news for cheating on his lady. But for the record, I will say this. I have gone on the record saying I can't stand motivational speakers. I have gone on the record saying that. And that's kind of why. A lot of times they come across like they better than you. And they're just regular motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if someone's going to motivate you, I don't think they have to be so intentional about it and be looked up to for motivating you. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Sleazy Key for the donation. We got another donation from you just now, my guy. Salute to you, brother. You're the true MVP of the chat. Anyway, I guess we have to go into the next bullshit, which is, you already know, our COVID update. All right. Well, the bullshit, because I don't like this whole COVID situation. So let's get into this bullshit, get it out the way. COVID update with yours truly. Good morning. This is Mr. M, also known as JahLogic, with today's COVID update. And today's COVID update is brought to us from the Daily News. Basically some fuck shit. Uber passenger this is their words, not mine, went berserk after being told he had to wear a mask on a ride through Manhattan, pulling a knife and gun before running off with the driver's belongings, police say. All right, so this man, all right, we're going to put him on the big screen for you really quick. Something about this man's picture says, when they told him to wear a mask, he said, "Are you shitting me? You shitting me?" Can't stand that shit. Anyway, you can barely see it, but matter of fact, let me try one more time. Put him out there, put him on blast. You feel me? Somebody call Tip. They definitely try and get Crime Stoppers on his ass. Anyway, where we at with it? All right, an unlucky driver picked up the passenger and a woman he was with near 7th Avenue and West 33rd in Midtown about 10:30 p.m., March 6th. When the man refused to wear a mask to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, the driver pulled up near 7th Avenue and Leroy Street in West Village and kicked the couple out. The unmasked passenger blew his top. He whipped out a knife and slashed the plastic partition separating the front and the back seats, and then held up the driver at gunpoint, cops said. The man stole the man's book bag, which contained his wallet and credit cards, and grabbed his own bag out of the trunk before running off, according to police. Cops released surveillance images of the suspect Sunday and asked the public's help identifying him and tracking him down. He was wearing a black jacket with a teal hood and a fur trim, black pants, black sneakers, blue face mask on his chin. All right. So there you go. There you have it. Corona update today is brought to you by the fuck shit. All right. So Mr. Ravioli says, ideology at Mimi information. The ideology works for good people and abusers. Oh, excuse me. I'm tripping over my words this morning. Do you have anything to say to that, Mimi?
This.
Okay, she's eating her food. And then she said, "Yep, it was confirmed. We are on side chick number 3. All right, so Miss Ravioli, if it's confirmed, you're gonna have to send Steph some facts on that. How did you confirm it? You know what I mean?
Say I saw it on Black Enterprise. So usually it's on Black Enterprise. Usually don't be with the fluff stuff. So if they're gonna put that in their magazine, they probably did some research and found some of that shit to be true.
But is it really news?
Yeah,
It's
I
news.
think like the skip. Can I go? I
Go
think
ahead.
the scandal with it is similar to like what like Kirk Franklin is like. He's been, and I'm not saying like motivational speakers put themselves on a pedestal, but there is like an audience that could kind of worship them. So like Kirk Franklin being known for a man of the cloth, religious, you get him cursing the way he was cursing at his son, it becomes news because like people who are in this light shouldn't behave like this. So the reason why, if this is true, because first time breaking news for me on the morning rant is Derek is known for being a relationship expert, empowering women, telling them what they're worth and leaving like dog men. And if he's getting caught cheating, basically it's the same kind of thing. So I get why this is big news for the public.
Or for the people that actually followed him? I didn't know who he was until this came out. I didn't know who he was. Chris Jones says, top of the morning, kings and queens. Good morning, Chris Jones, our associate producer, Chris Jones. Salute to that man. Big CC says, checking in. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, Big CC. And Redemption says, he's a hypocrite. He's an hypocrite. Yeah, but I've also been on the record and saying that if you want to get swindled, you have the right to go get swindled. So to listen to some dude as a relationship guru who's not a therapist, he's not a family therapist, not a relationship counselor, none of the above. He just knew how to turn on his camera while sitting in his car giving you advice. And all of a sudden, he's a relationship guru, because that's how I saw them mention him when they brought the story up. They said relationship guru. So, if he's just going to turn his phone on in his car and talk about relationships, and people are going to consider him a guru, those are the type of people who are looking to be swindled. And obviously, a lot of those women in his audience were looking to get fucked, right? So they knew he had a lady, and they listened to him for his relationship advice. Whole time they was trying to fuck him. So it seemed like they got what they wanted. You know what I mean? Maybe this man was doing community service with the community dick. All right. Mimi, you
And
sound.
this isn't, yeah, this isn't a slight to redemption song, but my question back is like, is he a hypocrite or is he human? And just to be very cautious, no matter if it's a relationship guru or even people up here, like y'all are smarter than this. Like I don't feel like y'all worship us, but like we take information and we use what we have. Like that to me, him getting caught cheating doesn't mean his book was any less good or the advice that I've received was any less valid. He just didn't live by it, so I'm just not gonna like slander him for being human, and I don't even know if he's gonna call this a mistake, but like a misstep in like his branding versus his lifestyle. I don't know.
I mean, I would say he's definitely a hypocrite, but he's a human hypocrite to your point. But he's definitely a hypocrite. He's definitely a hypocrite. My only point is that the people who were, going to him for relationship advice and consider him a guru more times probably wanted to be swindled and obviously wanted to be fucked by this man. And he did community service. You know what I mean? He did some community service. He gave him the community dick. All right. Redemption also says that they're all nothing more than self-esteem boosters with tough love added in for drama. There you go. Virginia Slim says, peace and good morning. Good morning to my guy, Virginia Slim. Antoinette, what's good, sister Antoinette says, peace, everyone. Peace to you. Good to see you. And Laura Vell says, grand rising. Grand rising to my guy, Laura Vell. Salute to you, G. So also, really quick, just honorable mention, China is having a hard time getting their people vaccinated. So basically excuse me, hold on. They're not fucking commercials. Anyway, so in China, they're basically having a hard time getting people vaccinated for the simple fact that they already had the COVID thing under control for a while. So this article comes from usnews.com. Chinese health officials appealed to the public Sunday to get inoculated. They also said that with vaccination, not a guarantee against infection, they would still require anyone arriving into China to quarantine for 14 days. So also they're going to require you to still get that anal swab, apparently, even if you've been vaccinated Even if you come out there vaccinated, they're still going to test you. They're still going to use the anal swab. And right now, they're having a hard time getting their own public vaccinated because they already had it under control. So that's pretty much the synopsis of that. Redemption says, Mia, his alleged behavior is hypocritical. I'm not judging him as a person. We all fall short. That's a fact. We all fall short. Theta Hedge Capital says, morning, everyone. Good morning to you, good brother. And Eki, good morning, Queen Eki says, peace and love. Peace and love to you, Eki. And salute to all the women from your queens. With that being said, I think we also should do a quick honorable mention to Miami's beach this weekend, holding what we would call a super spreader event, right? Of course, they're not holding it on purpose because the city has given them some type of curfew. I think the curfew over the weekend was something crazy, like 8 o'clock. But nobody adhered to that curfew, and they basically went to war with the police. Schoolboy, have you heard about any of this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, the funniest video I've seen so far was, and I think all of us who've lived in big cities have probably seen something similar to this. You know, you just minding your business, there's some kind of parade going on, and all of a sudden, some random person runs full speed down the street, and other people are chasing after them, and nobody blinks an eye, right? So I've seen some guy, obviously he must have ran out of his check because the niggas who was chasing him looked like a waiter. He had the little thing on the front where you put the straws at. It was a waiter and some other random dude, probably the bouncer. So he probably ran up the check. He out there sipping mimosas and shit. And he get the check with $500. He's like, nah, fuck this, man, I'm out. He tried to run and they hawked his ass down. They dragging his ass around the street. Whole time, though, in the background, it's a bunch of women just shaking their ass in the middle of the street. That shit was epic, man.
I see some news clips, and I'm actually trying to pull it up, but I should have pulled it up. I actually messed it up. But I see some news clips that they had to, of course, they're going to put the worst on the camera with the ghetto girls on the camera talking about, we just came out here to party. We just came out here to party. Let me see if I can pull that shit up. But basically, they were shooting, pellets at them, pepper pellets and all types of shit. And they could not break up the party because of the 8 o'clock curfew. All right. So I think I found one of the news clips. So let me just pull it up for y'all really quick. Hopefully it's the one I seen earlier. All right. But what do you think about 8 o'clock being a curfew?
That's ridiculous, bro. People that came out to listen, the issue is that didn't Florida already open up? Am I tripping when I say Florida's opened up already?
I don't know if it's official, but I had some friends go down there this weekend, and their Instagram looked like 2019. So.
Yeah. So like, and then Florida Governor DeSantis, he don't really take shit seriously. See, this is what I'm talking about. He don't take shit seriously. So long story short, Florida and Miami, they should not even be trying to close nothing down. The issue is look at these people that's doing all that out there. Bunch of niggas. They didn't want a bunch of niggas running the streets in Miami, period. They had nothing to do with spring break. Because if it would have been a bunch of white folks, they would have let that shit ride. They definitely wouldn't have been shooting nobody with fucking rubber bullets. Come on now.
Man, it was some white folks that got caught up in the madness. I seen a video of a white kid on the beach.
Yeah, they got caught up by proxy. You know what I'm saying? How dare you be out here hanging out with these Negroes? That's what happened.
Did you see the clip of the white boy that got arrested and then they opened the door for him and he ran out the cop car?
Nah, that's hilarious. Did they catch him?
They didn't show that far. He just ran and they was on the beach, so he would have to be pretty pretty strong to outrun the cops on the beach. Or he could have because they had the equipment on and he didn't. So there's that. But let me see really quick. Dead Edge Capital says guy on top of the car throwing money with a Henny bottle in his hand. And this was my thoughts. Florida, did Florida ever really close? Dead Edge Capital says Florida never really closed. Slim says salute to the governor DeSantis. He wanted Florida open back up, and Miami opened up 100% with the fuckery. And Redemption gives us a great point. Says stimulus timing was bad for this one. Yeah, it was horrible timing. So this is basically the look. But this is what it looked like before. I want to say the police ran down. After the police ran down, I'm sure you all seen the clips. It kind of went crazy. You know what I mean? And the crowds were fighting with the police. They were shaking their ass while being shot at. It was pretty embarrassing. But all right, here's a clip of a news clip. So we're gonna play this for you for research purposes in case anybody didn't get a chance to see it.
Now, if you guys didn't see my prior walk that started, I filmed it with my phone as well, guys. It was kind of wild. It was very wild.
Miami Beach police using pepper balls and brute force to break up the party.
I think the curfew was ridiculous. Like, we just want to come out here and party.
This is not a typical spring break crowd.
Today, Miami Beach City Commissioners held an emergency meeting.
It looked like a rock concert.
Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber.
People started to rage through the streets, running and for their lives. You can't have that in a city. That can't be a nightly event.
The Miami Beach curfew runs from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. Today, with the sun up, the beach was back open, crowds enjoying the sand and surf. But some who came for the famed, often hedonistic South Beach nightlife say the curfew has ruined the party.
I go back to my plane tomorrow and go back home.
Miami Beach police posted this photo of famed Ocean Drive, empty, in sharp contrast to the past several weeks. Since spring break began last month, police making more than 900 arrests, confiscating more than 80 firearms.
How much of this closure is a result of the violence and how much of it is because of the spread of COVID?
I think most of it is because of the chaos in the streets. And of course, we don't want to be a super spreader.
Many out-of-staters say they wanted a vacation where COVID protocols are lax.
I don't really think we have to fear something called this coronavirus.
Businesses devastated.
We're just getting back on our feet, and now it's like getting set back.
And Carrie joins us now from Miami Beach. So Carrie, tell us.
So there you have it. Salute to Miami. And with that being said, we got J Doug in the building. Good morning, J Doug.
Oh shit! Let me get my tip together here. What's going on?
Oh,
You hear me?
what's happening?
Yeah.
All right, all is well.
All right, that's what's up. Good morning, bro. Big CC says, yeah, they end up catching him. All right. The Road Show also confirms that they caught him, schoolboy. And Kelso, what's good, brother? Says allowing people to come into your city to party and inflate your local economy, then telling them they got to stay inside is wrong. Don't be scared now, Miami. You tough, right?
Yo, when I was looking at the riots in the streets, I instantly was B-rolling New Kingston in the back of my head. I was like, protect me from the evils in the street. Like, there's a market right there to get this song plugged. I just want to let everybody know. Shout out to New Kingston. That song knocks.
It definitely does. Salute to them. That's hilarious. Redemption says, that's where my cousin lives who gave my aunt COVID. Fam is from all parts of Florida. Ridiculously irresponsible. J Doug, you got anything to say about this craziness we seeing in Florida right now? Your mic is, hold on. Take your mic off. Go ahead. There you
go. Yeah, just what people, regular spring break. I just believe that the government don't like the way my generation and younger generation party. We on that wild shit. We running down the street for no fucking reason. So they just really don't fuck with us like that as a generation of millennials, because we just do stupid shit. We don't know how to party and just have a party. It's like back in the day, niggas come to the party trying to get on the women. You see they confiscated 80 guns. They're like, niggas coming to shoot shit up, tear shit up. My generation younger. So yeah, they got to shut it down. Like the man say, they wasn't even worried about COVID. They were worried about the chaos on the streets. And then when they were showing the pictures, the video, when they show the daytime, you see white people on the beach having fun, enjoying the sun. As soon as they pan back to nighttime, it's nigga. Like, oh Lord. So yeah, they just don't like the way niggas party these days. It's not about having fun; it's about fucking shit up. So
you don't think that it was black folks in the mix too? White folks in the mix too.
I saw some white folks in the midst, but people are already accustomed to white boy fun. They know white boy gonna jump off the window, do something nasty with a body part. People know how white boys get down. Black people, our fun just end up being violent at the end of the day. Everybody know that.
All right, Brooklyn Hydra says we was all young once and disregarded laws and rules. Hopefully, this won't be a super spreading event. I agree with that. I think that transcedes color lines. You know what I mean? I think we all at a certain point of our youth would had to get that shit out of our system. You know what I'm saying? Redemption says not typical. Code for look at these niggas. And Sleazyaki says Timmy came on time. They need people to spend money and act a fool. He's talking about the stimmy. And Brooklyn Hunter says, out of those 900 arrests, how many future crimes were stopped? Question mark.
A lot.
And Virginia Slim says the stimmy hit and combined lower costs of flights and hotels brought a larger influx of people down there. And don't forget people actually being on this fake ass quarantine. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it too. I'm sure people had a lot of pent up, they wanted to have fun. A lot of people weren't able to go clubbing in the different cities they're from. They weren't able to go out unless it was some type of underground party. So now it's like a free for all. You dig? Kelso says,
yeah, that's what my thought was, like cabin fever. Like, how does that play into the mix of like just people going crazy? Like to J Doug's theory, like cabin fever feels real. And real quick to the stimmy. I saw something this weekend that broke my heart. Like this beauty supply store was having a stimulus check sale for wigs, and I was hurt. I was hurt, and I'm like, how many of these women went to go get these wigs and went down to Miami? Like just hurt. That's it.
The agents acting like they under attack, but they know how to drop them prices to get that bag though.
Kelso says it's not your typical crowd equals due to COVID. A lot of the ballers and college kids didn't come here this year, but they sent their stimmy toting cousins to violate parole. Sleazy Aki says between the money spent and the arrest, the city is lit. That's another good point. They definitely gonna get money off of that court system. Brooklyn Hunter says Mimi F with the plugs early in the morning. Just One Love says don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Top of the morning, family. Good morning, Just One Love, another associate producer of ours. And Virginia Slim says those videos remind me of Black Bike Week. All right, Redemption is laughing at J Doug. So before we get off of the Corona update, I do want to bring up this video. Sleazy Aki actually sent it to me, and then I've been seeing it go viral since. We used to do a Karen's Gone Wild segment, and basically Karen don't want to wear a fucking mask. Karen don't want to wear a mask in the bank, and I think she thought white privilege was going to save her this time, and it didn't. So enjoy for research purposes.
Okay.
Well, the way she flicked that wrist, she knew her ass was going down.
White people snitching on white people.
My money's in this bank, and I'm going to take it out.
Well, then you have to abide by the rules, and you have to have a mask on.
This is a state.
It's not. Businesses have the right to refuse service, even if you're not wearing a mask. That's their choice.
My money out.
Awesome. Well, you need to go and get a mask and then take your money out. You're not allowed to do.
I've been waiting here.
Ma'am,
for about 10
listen,
minutes.
we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way.
What are you going to do? Arrest me?
Yes, for intruding on premises.
That's hilarious.
That's exactly what it is.
I love this song.
Do you believe in this?
I believe in it.
Do you believe in this?
The laws, yes.
The law says that I do not have to wear a mask.
You can not in public, but you're not in public. You're not in public.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue with you about this. This is not a public place. This is a private business. No, you're not. We're going to go outside.
Are you serious?
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Well, I don't know, because
let's go walk outside.
You've got some issues.
I've got issues.
That you're taking away people's human rights.
Okay.
Oh,
let's go
now
outside.
Let's go outside. Shoot me, people? Is he going to shoot me for trying not to breathe?
Cool.
Wait, she's resisting arrest. Get her ass.
Well, don't do that. Oh.
Get her.
Do not touch me.
Nah, throw that ass in the ground.
What about some old lady is getting handcuffed here?
That's right, damn it. Oh, look at this resistor. He should have knocked her ass out, man. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
What an evil man.
Say, you don't stop resisting. Stop.
Are you going to... Is anybody going to...
Nah, look at it. It's evil.
Really?
Relax.
Nobody's even looking at her. They just like, okay, well, it's time for her to go.
If that would have been some old black mama, everybody would have been in there with tears in their damn eyes.
Arm into my private area?
Your private area?
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back.
Look at the black man. Finally. Look at him right there. Finally. It's not just us.
Relax.
Stop resisting.
No, you are not relaxed. Not relaxed at all.
Right here, people.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was there, I'd probably be helping him out, man, because he looked like he needed some help for her. She was doing a whole lot. You know, maybe she just need a knee on her back to get her under control.
Yeah. Stand up. Stand up. Stand yourself up.
And how do you suggest, sir? I am like a 65-year-old woman here.
Okay.
Exactly.
Stand up.
Do it.
Stand up.
Ayúdame, por favor.
Stand up.
Ayúdame, por favor.
Are you trying to speak Spanish to people?
I do speak Spanish.
Okay.
She started speaking this.
Are you happy now, lady?
Okay.
I'm not happy. You
Okay, stand up. Stand up.
I refuse to listen to the.
Come on.
You know what? I think
She's getting yourself. Come on.
I think you broke my freaking foot,
Okay, I'll call.
and that's my business over there.
Yeah, she's gonna pick it up. Come on. We're going outside.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All the cars come up and everything. Where the smart car at?
I hope he get fired.
Wow. Not wearing a mask, people. This is what they do to you.
No, it's not because you wanted to wear a mask, because you wouldn't leave. That's why you're getting arrested, dummy.
I gotta
get our money.
I'm 10-4.
She could have got her money offline. She didn't have to go on the bed.
Yeah.
Take a seat.
49, we're out with him.
You broke my foot that I'm walking on. Okay.
Where's your mask? Where's your mask? 6 feet away from you. Oh, well.
They changed the rules for every damn body.
Not real.
Wow.
The best part was she was shocked. She was like, "Are you really gonna do this to me? Like, I'm white and a woman. No,
This is America. We fully free.
So J Dog, you said if that was a black person, you think she would have been you said you think that people would have had tears in their eyes, what did you say?
Yeah. If that was a black woman, people would have been walking around with tears in their eyes, and somebody would have said something about slavery. I guarantee it.
What?
It just would have been throughout there. I'm telling you.
I mean, I've seen a lot of videos of black people being arrested, women too, and I haven't seen people crying on the spot for them. I don't know.
Yes, you have. You just haven't seen it. But this is what I'm saying. With this video right here, this lady shouldn't have been arrested. They should have let her get her money and walk out. I don't know if Boston, that's Boston. I don't know where that was at. Did they lift the mask? Because they said they didn't have to wear it in public no more. But then you get in the debate and they say you're not in public. This is public, dumbass police. But hey, listen, man, this is what you get in America. Do you got people that stand behind this type of stuff? And I'm telling you, black people always think this funny. Like, yo, look, Karen getting arrested. What you think they gonna do to your black ass when you come in there without a mask? Shit, you may not live, nigga. So you better not want to see Karen getting arrested for no bullshit, because they really double down on black people on stuff like this. So y'all do it, but you don't have black people. White people is out of control with this mask thing, to the point where I'm seeing white people turn on each other. White people, y'all can't afford to turn on each other. Not right now. Y'all the most hated group out there. And black people trying to knock y'all off all over this world, as far as in South Africa and everywhere. So y'all better tighten up and get more joint and unity with each other. Y'all ain't gonna make it. I'm just telling you. Y'all can't afford to be snitching on each other. Please. Everybody in the world already blaming white people for their problem. So, hey, do as you will.
I don't know if white people are listening to this to get your advice, J Doug, but I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, well, I'll start. One, banks are private institutions, if I'm not mistaken. So
It's
even
private.
though, even though she doesn't have to wear her mask outside of the bank, is this similar to business being like we can refuse service to you if you don't wear shoes or a shirt? So she was still in the wrong
You can't refuse
for
my
that.
money though.
Well, if you're not a he's saying you can't refuse my money. He never refused to get her money. He said, if you're going to come get your money out of this private institution, go get a mask, and then I will give you your money, and then you can happily leave. Where, if you look at the story, where it went wrong wasn't her getting not having a mask. It's her not having a mask and her not leaving to go get a mask, then her arguing that she's protesting to stay when she's not adhering to these private rules, and then resisting arrest. So we have 4 reasons why she should have either left or got a mask or got her money a different way. She could have gone through the drive-through to go get her money. So a lot of this is nonsense.
That white woman had a lot of money.
She could have went to the ATM. This nigga.
If that was a black person, they would have gave you a little $50. Get this $50. Get the fuck on out of here. Stop causing a ruckus up in here. Motherfucker, he just got out the negatives.
She definitely could have went to the ATM too, and the bank is definitely not public. You know what I mean? Or else you could be able to just chill in the bank and just relax. And it's not public. You know what I mean?
Yo, niggas outside the bank feeding birds and shit. Looking crazy.
You can't even take pictures or videos in the bank. Like, you can't pull out your phone and have a selfie because it could be alleged that you're staking out or all those things. Like, banks, they feel public because they're everywhere and you can just go, but they're still owned by, like, the government and federal stuff and all that. Like, no.
Virginia Sims says, she said, police brutality here, people. Everyone was like, nah, bitch, you good.
I know, right? Yep.
Yo, like I said, what I really wanted to see, to be honest with you, is I wanted to see somebody else in that bank, join in there to help get her under control. Because she was out of control for a minute there. I wanted to see that black man. I was just sitting there with his little hands on his hip. I want to see that nigga jump down, hit the knee to the neck type shit. That's really what I wanted to see, man.
You wanted to see the police do the people elbow on the woman, yes?
Yes, yeah. I wanted to see a little bit more action, man.
I disagree with that just because if it's not citizen's arrest, he could have got in trouble, like, or she could have sued or something.
Oh, nah. You see her resisting and she kicking her legs and hollering and screaming and shit. That guy needed help. He had to take her all the way down to the ground to get the handcuffs on her. Like, if that's a black person, the citizens are coming to the officer's aid. I'm trying to figure out why nobody came to that man's aid. He was obviously having trouble.
That's kind of what does happen a lot of times when it is a black person, J-Doug. Not people don't stand around and cry. I mean, they cry after, a person dies.
Nigga boo-hoo after. Boo-hoo for $1 million. Nigga get the boo-hoo for real.
If a person dies, yeah, you see people cry. But during the arrest, you don't, you don't see people sitting there crying and all of that. Keenan Khan says he should have gave her ass an eye gouge.
Oh, damn.
Kelso says the way he asked her, "Are you trying to speak Spanish to people?" was hilarious.
Wait. She said, "Ayúdame, por favor." And I was, what the hell in the door explorer is going on in this bitch? She's really out here ayúdame people.
Man, white people smart, man.
None of the actual Spanish-speaking people understood what the hell she was trying to say. So they just ignored her.
J-Doug, say it again.
I say white people know how to speak 2 languages. They smart, and she had to switch it up. That one, she ain't even probably white. She probably some type of Spaniard. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know people for true ethnicity, so she probably wasn't even white. I mean, it was a Spaniard from Spain.
If that's true, then she would be white, right? Because that's over there in Europe, right?
Spain. I mean, white, but she could be called Spanish.
She a better version of white because she European.
Yeah.
European.
Your race and your ethnicity are 2 different things. But yeah, she definitely said, "Help me" in Spanish. Like, she's like, "All right, this white card isn't working. Like, let me draw this ethnic
I'm
card."
Mexican, bitch. I'm Mexican.
She probably got money and used to a lot of Mexicans working for her. And probably like, yo, come help me up, motherfucker.
I mean, but to assume white means smart is crazy, J-Doug. You know what I mean? And
why? Look at what white people have done thus far.
That doesn't make them smart, makes them brute. But
to build a whole nation like this, you go to Mexico.
How did they build a nation without black people?
Without black? What else does black people at by themselves that look like America? Seriously.
Certain places.
A lot of other places.
Africa.
Big
Africa.
as America. Big as America.
Africa.
Nicer than America.
Hold on. Hold on.
Every time I see Africa, it's a fly on somebody's nose.
All right, hold on. Every country in Africa has a major city.
One major city. We talk about a whole country.
Well, this whole country is a major city. What are you talking about? This look.
We got about 10 million major cities.
No, we don't. But here's the thing: if you drive from one major city to the next, you're gonna drive through a whole bunch of shit that ain't developed, underdeveloped, misdeveloped. Like this country ain't a glass a crystal palace.
It's the best though.
According to what, bro? What does that even
No,
mean?
Everybody. Why everybody trying to come here then?
No, as soon as we pulled the blankets up, hold on, J Doug, before you go on your whoop de whoop rant. First of all, Logic, thank you for using the word brute. I can't wait to use that word. That's an amazing word. But America, we are built great up top, but as soon as you pull our foundations, you will see our holes. Case in point, Texas with the freezing. It shows that we have not allocated our resources correctly to properly sustain. How is it not true? It literally was just in the news.
In Texas, y'all voted for those liberals that voted to put them stupid windmills in there trying to be green energy, and that shit did not work.
Wrong.
These are half facts and whole lies.
That's not the whole fact.
Also,
that's the whole fact. The windmill
if you want
over.
to take. No, that is not the case. You should really go do your resources and research and go look at the power sources that be in the electric companies and how they decided to choose one cheaper method over another, which shows infrastructure. Another example is this pandemic. We did not have the proper infrastructure or leadership. So yes, we are a great company. Okay. You know what? I can't make sense out of nonsense, so I'm just be quiet and let you just be loud and wrong.
You definitely can't talk over people, J Doug. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, definitely that, like Schoolboy's point. The Schoolboy's point. There are a lot of places in America that's undeveloped. When you do drive around to major city to major city, in between, there's a lot of places that's fucked up. There are major cities like Washington D.C. that was designed by a black man. And why
people were there? Okay, they helped out. They were there too. Okay,
design. The whole design of Washington D.C. was by a black man. All right, you gotta do some homework, brother. But also, what I'm trying to tell you is, Africa is not a country; it's a continent. So there are countries in Africa that are very well developed as well, sir. So
why y'all ain't going back though? Why black? No, I'm telling you back. But why black people won't go there? No, I mean, why everybody trying to come to America and live? Why? I don't understand that. I don't hear people. I don't hear Africa with no border crisis.
There are people who do go to Africa, sir.
I'm sure it is some people that go to Africa, but I'm talking about at the same rate as people try to get in America. Why?
Maybe it's because of the same propaganda that you brung up earlier without even knowing that you actually put a hole in your own point. So when you talk about Africa, not knowing how they got rich countries, overdeveloped and well-developed countries, not knowing that, what did you say? You said, oh, every time I see a picture of Africa, it's somebody with a flower.
That was a joke, but listen.
But hold on, let me finish. But it's true when it comes to the propaganda. They'll show you that, but they won't show you the developed countries in Africa. They won't show you the rich countries in Africa, but they'll put that out there to get your donations so they can misuse the donations, right? Maybe that same propaganda on the other side of the coin is always talking about how great America is, and that hence brings people here. And then also, to another point I was trying to say earlier was, you talk about her being smart for being white and speaking two languages, but when a black person or a person of color speaks two languages in here, it's speak English, motherfucker. Right? So which one is it? Is you smart for speaking two languages, or are you some type of a parasite on the country for speaking two languages? Like which one?
When white people speak two languages, they smart. When black people speak two languages, they trying to be white. Listen, I'll fuck with y'all. But listen, I'm not saying that it's not no other places that's not good in Africa. America do have the best marketing far as the country. I don't know, but listen, America is the only place where I see people that started with nothing. I ain't gonna say that. Maybe be some other place. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I couldn't be uneducated in that department. I love my country, so you could try to show me something better. I'm not gonna see it because America is amazing. But yeah, just with this whole situation, the mask situation, I don't want people to get too caught up with each other to where we going against each other for the government, because they're not going to let us free. It's going to be something else coming with this mask thing. They're going to take you further than you want to go, and they're going to keep you longer than you want to be kept. You're going to have to break a way. We cannot sit around and wait for them to say, or other white people to say, yo, y'all don't got to wear no mask no more. They never going to tell you that. Trust me, they never going to say that.
Can I ask a question, J Dub? Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
All right. Do you pay taxes?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So you maybe you pay taxes, and you have a driver's license. So when you were submitting to the driver's license, did you feel like there was tyranny involved in that?
No, but where's that line of questioning coming from?
I'm asking because you're making it seem like the mask is going too far, but you don't feel like the driver's license is going too far?
What you mean? No, the driver's license is a privilege. The mask is not a privilege.
Okay.
The mask is a thing that we did, and that's fine. I'm not saying it's going too far, but we did it. But how?
Driver's license is a privilege. So without a driver's license, you actually can't drive a car. Like it's impossible to start your car without a driver's license.
In America, yes.
Oh, okay. I started mine this morning just fine, no problem.
But you can't get it on the street though. You can start it.
I drive back and forth to work every day. I ain't got no license in my pocket, bro. But you got it. You got it.
He black. But listen, not saying that they're gonna go too far. I'm saying this. They're not gonna say y'all could take the mask off. They're gonna, once people get control over you like this, they don't never let go. It's never be a time where these people in the government gonna say y'all good. They're gonna keep you in fear. They're gonna keep you with this mask on. When they gonna say it? When we wait 24? I'm not wearing no mask for the rest of my life. I'm not doing that.
Here's my question: how is that different from 2019? In 2019, it was something. Maybe it wasn't a mask, but it was something. It was.
It's always gonna be something. That's what I'm saying with this mask thing.
It doesn't fucking matter what the something is. The question is, are you gonna be submitting to foolish laws that just control you for the sake of controlling you?
No,
that's really what it comes down to.
No, and this mask thing is a foolish law. And to tell people that, yo, you in a private business, you gotta wear a mask, or somebody could wrestle you down to the floor like that. What y'all think coming from black people? Y'all say y'all the most disadvantaged. What y'all think coming from black people?
Well, I love that you say y'all. You say y'all like you're not a part of this people group.
Sure, I get to talking like this. White people walk away. You be like, all right, never mind. I got you, player. Keep doing you. But listen, no, not but us, we, whatever. What y'all think coming down the pipe if they can wrestle a white woman down?
It's already here. We've been underfoot in this country for hundreds of years. This ain't nothing new.
But so this is just giving them more ammunition. See this white woman, white people telling them white people.
The one thing that you're not seeing though, the one thing you're not seeing is you're not seeing a bunch of black people getting wrestled to the ground about not wearing no damn mask. One, they either not in a place where you need to have a mask, or two, they don't give a fuck about wearing no mask. It's not that big a deal. I'd rather walk into a place and have my mask on and not have everybody in my face. So I'm just gonna put the mask on just to keep everybody out of my face.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn it to a mask thing either.
Hold on. Yeah. Meet me. You gotta say what you want to say real quick.
I was just gonna say, like, the wearing a mask essentially is optional. Going to certain places is the problem. Like, you can't. It's kind of like this. Like, if I'm gonna be in somebody's neighborhood or whatever, like, if I'm going to California and I know if I'm on this street, I got to play by certain rules. I may not be able to wear certain colors, right? Or if I go to certain, like another country, if I go to Dubai, there's a different type of law. I'm not about to argue with them. I'm in their house. You know, someone come to my house, you got to take your shoes off. If I go to somebody else's house, they may have a different kind of rule, and you play by the house rules. So if you're going to go into a bank and they're saying wear a mask, put your mask on or go somewhere else. You still have the right to not wear a mask. Like, you just can't go to certain places. And that's where the delineation. And I don't just subscribe to. you're free to come in or not, but we can go to the
But when
comments.
they said whites only, black people didn't feel like they were free. You ain't just say, well, you can still do what you want to do. You just can't go certain places. That's all white people trying to tell y'all then. But y'all ain't understand that. But now we supposed to understand we can't go certain places because we don't got a mask on.
J Doug.
See, I told y'all what it is.
J Doug.
Racism and health.
I didn't want to be free. I didn't want to be free.
Wearing a mask and your actual makeup of who you are is totally different. Wearing a mask and your racial makeup and your ethnicity is totally different. You can actually have an option to put a mask on. You don't have an option to be black or white in this country. You know what I'm saying, sir? So I don't think that's a good comparison. And when Schoolboy brought up the privilege, it's a privilege to go inside that bank. You know what I'm saying? That's a privilege.
I'm not saying they're the same. I'm just saying this. Stripping you away of your freedoms is stripping you away of your freedoms. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear why I can't go if I ain't got this. It shouldn't be. I mean, like, what? Cool. Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's wear the mask forever. I hope motherfuckers will have to put a mask on your ass. That's what I hope. Fuck it. Because I don't give a fuck no more. If you want to wear the mask, you wear the mask. If you want to keep being controlled by this liberal government, they're not going to let y'all free. Hey, keep doing it. I'm here with you. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck.
So let me ask you a question. You think that you're saying the liberals, so you think the conservative government is going to set you free?
Yeah, they don't want to be responsible for you. So yes, they will. They let you get the hell on.
Basically, you're going to pay your taxes.
Pull yourself up by your bootstrap.
Yeah, you're going to pay your taxes to an entity that doesn't want to be responsible for you. So what the hell are you paying taxes for?
We're not paying for that entity to be responsible.
Yeah, we are.
Listen.
Yeah,
We're paying for the roads, the schools.
They have to be responsible for those things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we're not going to be responsible for your personal life and your personal decisions.
Hold on.
This is some nigga logic. This is nigga logic. This don't make no damn sense.
I'm not trying to say I'm motherfucking no intellectual, sir. I'm just telling you what it is. I just look at stuff what it is. They're not going to let us free from this mass situation. I don't see it.
The Asians have been wearing masks since goddamn bird flu. The mask ain't going nowhere because global warming is real. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about what they put in the water, in the sky. People are making elixirs and damn medicines that make you sicker than the actual sickness. It is what it is. Why would you? I'm all for just wearing a mask when I'm just around nasty motherfuckers. I know somebody right now in my office. I know for a fact every time he go in the bathroom, it don't matter if he sit down or stand up, motherfucker don't wash his hands. I'm wearing a mask for him specifically when I go to work. All right.
Oh damn.
I'm just saying.
All right, so let me get these comments because they damn sure got backed up. And anyway, Smile 69 Network. V Smile says, good morning, salute. Good morning to you. Sweet D, good morning, Sweet D. Good morning to you. Brooklyn Hunter says, this nigga Schoolboy talked all the way through the movie. I tried to help, sir. I tried to mute. Smile 69 says they are taking her to Burger King. Lorville says she tried to speak Spanish to get minority sympathy. And Slim says she tried to summon some Mexican allies by speaking Spanish. Sleazy Aki says, J Doug, my nigga. Kelso says people arguing the law to a private business in regards to not wearing a mask is like walking in my house and telling me you aren't taking off your shoes because it's not the law. They're nuts. Internet is laughing. Just One Love says the police said it was a private business, so listen better, J Doug.
I heard the police say that.
Brooklyn Hunter says Spanish was the Hail Mary haymaker. And Big CC says if that was a black woman, she would have got cursed. She would have cursed everybody out in there and left way before the police got there. Kelso said a good point, CC. Kelso says the inside of the bank literally isn't the public. Banks are private institutions. Brooklyn Hunter says J Doug is doing his Herschel Walker skit I see this morning. Kelso's laughing. King Latrell, good morning, sir. Says morning, people. I've been listening the whole show. J Doug is a fool. And Kelso says niggas posted up smoking blunts in the Bofa lobby would be wild. And he said B off A. Okay, I don't in the B
Bank of America. Bank of America, B of A.
Okay, I see. Bank of America. And then Brooklyn Hodger says, why does J Doug think all blacks are broke? Maybe just you, why just W nigga you hang with. Maybe just the niggas you hang with. I think that was a typo. Virginia Slim says if the bank is on the stock market and allows individuals to purchase shares of that bank, then it's technically considered public. So he's talking about when the business goes public in reference to the stock market. I don't know if that's the same public. I think they mean when it's public, anybody could buy into it in the stock market. That's what that terminology means in the stock market. Just One Love says nobody helped George Floyd. What makes you think they was going to help some of us? I'm sorry. What makes you think you was going to get some help from bystanders on a white woman? Excuse me, y'all. Still early in the morning for me. Redemption says J Doug be loud and mad wrong. Brooklyn Hodge says J Doug should be in the White Girls sequel. Kelso says, no, Slim, being a company that is publicly traded doesn't mean a company is public. It's just a private institution that allows the public to purchase pieces of it. Ahmad Algorithm, my birthday twin, says, what's good? Salute to you, my G. Just One Love says, what schoolboy taking shots of this morning? What are you taking shots of this morning, schoolboy? You drinking beer or you taking shots? What are you doing? His mic is on Teddy Rye. He doesn't want to answer. Kelso says, J Doug thinks all of Africa is one country. Also, most developed countries in Africa have people who live in better conditions than we do here. Shout out to my rich Nigerian homies. And Brooklyn Hodge says, somebody told J Doug he was ugly when he was young. Hence the self-hatred. Virginia Sim says, I stand corrected. Kelso says, Africa does have a border.
Yo, I'm sorry.
Africa does have a border crossing issue. J Doug, the English and the Chinese after their versions of Mexicans. Respectfully, shout out to my Mexicans. And that's a good point as well. They've been crossing Africa's borders, the continent, not the country, because there are many countries in Africa, but they've been crossing the borders to go get the resources from Africa for a long time now, sir. Virginia Sim says, do you also think the royal family isn't racist? Kelso says, driver license is not a privilege, J Doug. It's actually a liberty and right according to the Constitution, specifically the Fifth Amendment. The Amaz Algorithm says, for real, J Doug, acting like it's law and you can get arrested for not wearing a mask. Just One Love says, I've been in Houston since Thursday, although it's 100% every public place I've been has a wear your mask sign on the door. Just One Love says, if we was smart, we was already wearing masks on their ass. They call condoms, J Doug. And Brooklyn Honcho says, take a hit of that bud and chill, J Doug. Antoinette says, that's true, Just One Love. And she's laughing. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get to this next video. I did want to show this. This almost like the whole show been about this fucking mask right here. But I kind of wanted to show her talking to the news afterwards.
Well, in the bank. I walked in and the lady who was at the door said, do you have a mask? I said, no, thank you. I don't need one. And she says, well, you need a mask. Here's a mask. I said, no, thank you. I don't need one. And I'm standing on my little red dots. So she's like, ma'am, you have to leave. I said, I just want to close my account. I'm going to get my money and then I'll leave. I can't go through the drive-through. So she says, well, if you don't put a mask on or leave, then I'm calling the cops. I said, well, do what you have to do, you know? So there was a lot of people in the bank. They only had one teller going, so it took a while. If they had been faster, I could have been gone already. But so I'm like next in line, and all of a sudden this cop shows up and, ma'am, you gotta put your mask on. I said, no, I don't. It's against my civil rights. I do not have to wear a mask. There's no law that tells me I have to wear a mask. So I said, your governor just opened it up. Everything's good. I have rights. Ma'am, this is private property. If you don't put your mask on, then I'm going to arrest you. I'm like, I'm almost up there. Let me do my business, and then I'll be gone. So, right about that time, he reached over and grabbed my arm. I'm like, don't touch me. And so he's trying to grab at me again. And I had a little, I call it a tushy bag, where it's a little purse that you wear around your waist. So, anyway, I'm telling him, don't touch me. And he's trying to grab my arms and trying to reef me behind. And then, I'm trying to get away from him, heading towards the door. And that's when I don't know if he tackled me or if he grabbed my tushy bag or whatever, but everything came out and went flying all over. Went down on the ground, and he's reefing on my arm. I think he had his knee on my back. I'm not sure. And he had my arm tucked in my groin, and he's like, stop resisting. I said, I'm not resisting. You're hurting my groin area. So he kind of backed off a little bit at that point, and evidently when I hit the ground, evidently he stepped on me. I don't know. It was, I don't know how that happened. So anyway, he's trying to pull me up on my feet, and I said, just a minute, I'm trying to get up. So the minute I got my foot under me, he's like, stand up. I said, I think you broke my damn foot. While I was on the ground, I'm looking up at all the people in there. I'm like, are you serious? Not one of you people are going to stand up for me. I'm a 65-year-old woman, and this man is throwing me on the ground. And everybody just kind of, wow, that was shocking. That was truly shocking.
Where did you go? Where did the officer take you?
He put me in the back of his car. Then they called the ambulance, and a bunch of other cops showed up, and they were very nice, the ones that showed up. There was 2 ladies and I think 2 men. So anyway, I'm sitting in the back of that. And
did they take you to UTMB? Did they take you to the hospital?
Yes. So they had to wait for the ambulance to get there. So, and I'm handcuffed back, and he's like, got this so tight on my wrist. I've got bruises and cuts and boo-boos.
Don't nobody care about your bruises and cuts.
My ribs hurt.
She on crutches too, but she walked her happy ass to the car.
So then they put me in there, and I guess they were still deciding if my foot was actually broken or not, so they could take me to jail. And so then they found out, they were trying to get in my truck, and it was locked. I had some windows down because my dog was in the back. And he's like, the testosterone guy, he's like, oh, you've got a dog in there? Well, you're getting a ticket for that too. A ticket for having a dog in the car. I didn't know Galveston had some Nazi law like that. What do I know? So I'm like, so then the guy who showed up to take the dog away, he was kind of being a jerk. He was much nicer today.
Is your foot broken?
Yes, there's 3 broken bones on the top of my foot. 3.
Everything you went through, wouldn't it just have been easier to just put a mask on?
Did I know this guy was going to be crazy? And let me tell you, if I asked you to put a bag over your head because I'm afraid of your breath, would you do that? Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line?
Who made that suggestion?
I have civil rights. This whole pandemic thing is a joke. And they've got people so scared to death, so paranoid.
You don't believe it's real?
No, I do not believe it's real. I know for a fact it's real. If you guys would do your research, there was back in, I think it was March or April of last year, Houston, all the doctors came out that were treating all the COVID people, and they were livid. They're saying, we have a cure. We have a cure for this. Everybody that we have given this to, it works.
You don't think that there ever was a pandemic? You don't think that?
I think it's the flu.
You think it's what?
The flu. I had it last January before it was the COVID. I was sick for 3 weeks. I was really exhausted. I ate a bunch of vitamins, took my vitamin D that I take every morning.
It, don't you? I would think that, like if, fortunately I haven't had it, but I know people that have. I mean, it would, if I had it, it would make me more, I got to wear a mask. You know what I'm saying?
No. Do you wear a mask for any other flu? Do we shut down the whole economy for any other flu? Do we put our kids? And I'm an ex-teacher. And this, very close to my heart, what they're doing to these children. It's horrible.
Where do you go from here in all of this? What happens now?
Well, evidently they didn't arrest me. Oh, and another gentleman that I talked to said that he had seen the video from the officer's camera. I don't know if I told you this or not. But when I called the police department to find out, because I had no paperwork, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And so she got the supervisor. The supervisor comes on, and I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. They told me I was arrested. I just now, it was like 6 o'clock or something. I just now got out of the hospital, had to take a taxi ride over to my rig. My dog's still in jail.
Yeah, they released the body cam.
So, exactly. And you know what? She told me on the phone, she says, that was not a police department. That was a private security guy. I said,
no, it was the Galveston Police Department.
That's what you just said. But she lied to me. Why would she do that? Is she trying to cover stuff up, right?
Yeah, they say that they have a warrant for your arrest.
That's not what they told me. She said wow, so they can still come and get me, huh?
Yeah, they put out a press release.
So when I called her and I said, I received no paperwork, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And she goes, ma'am, you're not arrested. If you're arrested, you'd be in my jail.
Her being who now?
Some sergeant that
you talked to
I talked to at the police department.
What are you going to turn yourself in, or what are you going to do?
She told me I was not arrested.
Right, but I mean, they're publicly saying they have a warrant.
They're also, well, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe that's just to keep you off the trail of what happened. I don't know. Because
are you going to turn yourself in?
I'm going to be right here at this trailer park. So if they want to come and find me, I guess I'll deal with that.
I got it. I'm cool. I heard enough.
Hey, like I know everybody giving her a hard time for being ugly and shit and all that, but did y'all see that fatty though?
Not everybody. My man Blue Label said he'll hit though. He said
I'm trying to tell Blue Label seen that ass, bro. He seen that ass, bro.
So J Doug,
I was shocked. I was. Oh, go ahead.
J Doug, I know you had to make a move, but by any chance did you hear that she'll be there waiting for the warrant to be served at her trailer park? Did you hear that part? Hold on, your mic is on Teddy Riley. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I heard y'all laughing. I like this video because this is why the God said, look to the simple man. See, I know we get all oppressed by these intellectuals and these people with all these titles that get on the news and they throw all these big words at you that you don't understand. So you feel inferior to these people. So you believe whatever they say. So just because
we're not gonna admit the fact that because she's white don't mean she got money. We're just gonna gloss over that part.
Hey, the trailer park don't mean white people don't got money. Some white people don't care about the fly and flashy like y'all. If some black people, if we would live on our means, we'll be in the trailer park too. But listen what I'm saying. Look to the simple man. Don't look to these people that get online with these big words. They need the money behind them because that's the only way you're going to believe what they say anyway. But don't look to these people that get on these news stations and use these fancy words. They say they got a degree, they prop up, they got a nice suit, and you believe them, because these people make you jump off the bridge. These people will make you jump off the bridge. You have to go for what you know.
Where's the bridge so I can jump off now?
That was aggravating as fuck. They had that shit on the wrong side. But listen, but yeah, I like this video. I like what she said. She look like she finna get her a bag too. She got her crutches on because she ain't gonna be in the trailer park much long. And I know all white people don't got money, man. Y'all don't know jokes from reality. I'm seriously, but listen, I understand all white people ain't got no money. But
Hey J Dub, let me run up on her ass at the goddamn trailer park. Shit, it's gonna be 90-day fiance in this bitch.
I wouldn't hit that white woman. If she was talking like she could be my wife, if she looked a little better and she was talking the way she was talking, that'd be a good woman.
Listen,
with some good cooperation.
You, man, she looked good for 73 or whatever the hell she said she was.
She's 65. Yeah. That white woman, because you know white women age like spoiled milk.
That's
that white
saying.
woman probably was that thing.
I'm trying
just
to
by
tell
her being young and white. Yeah, any young and white woman, she probably had it. I be seeing some young white women in the trailer park like, yo, let me come wash you down.
Yeah,
you know,
I lived behind the trailer park in Charlottesville for a minute over here, and yeah, they back there.
There's a white woman still, but she probably looked good, but them cigarettes and that cheap beer and all that stuff that they drank and eating all that bullshit white people
Natty
eat.
Ice, baby, Natty Ice,
Mickey Ice and all that bullshit. So
we about to move on. We about to move on.
That's how they age. But
salute to all the comments I couldn't get to. Ty Bryce said the Meth Chronicles. Redemption said Fox News talking points. She definitely had some Fox News talking points, talking about the fake cure that they had earlier on in the pandemic. Salute to Mills Lane, maskless freedom fighter. Redemption is laughing at her being on crutches. Ty Bryce said put her face in some dough and make monster cookies. Redemption said Dusty Beaver vibes. Maz said poor Karen, this is devastating. And Brooklyn Hunter said she's telling the story like we didn't see what really happened. She must don't know that we seen the footage. Mimi, you have something to say?
Yeah, the only thing that shocked me from this PSA was she didn't cry. I was waiting on it, and then when she started talking about her rights, I thought she was going to cry and do the typical white woman cry. So I actually commend her for not using her tears to like weaponize the story. It was really interesting.
And I appreciate how she handled herself on the news broadcast. She gave the story. She was calm and she was collected. She wasn't with the dramatic asses. You know, black people get on the move. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you, oh my Lord and Jesus. Y'all don't believe me. Mama, let me tell you. Y'all know how we get on the news.
Kelso said, yo, let me wash it down, J-Dub.
Yes, you know, because you get your white woman, you got to wash it down because she get the full package, you know. You know what that mean. We know what full package mean.
I don't know, but
you the white woman like sushi. Let me stop selling them. You the white woman like a delicacy. No.
Yo, Brooklyn,
a fully waxed white woman. Amazing.
Brooklyn Honcho wanted to know if that was your teacher, J Doug. I think it's a rhetorical question. Virginia Slim says y'all dudes wanting that meth coochie. I guess that's what he means by wash it down. You gotta wash up first.
I'm talking she was younger than that. She's
make sure you clean it between her fingernails too. While you at it, J Doug.
No, she's done. No, but that's a joke. I love my beautiful black queens. You gotta walk it back. Black women. No, black women is good. Black women age amazing. Like when y'all get like 40, so, man, most black women, if they keep themselves up, they got a little money. Yes, you want to retire with a black woman. I tell you that much.
Sweet D says she on that I'm white and I say so shit. I agree. Brooklyn Hunter says she broke 3 bones in her foot, self-diagnosed. Facts. And Keenan Khan says free her dog. So that also, the fact that she left her dog in the car says a lot too. And the fact that they had to take the dog, I'm pretty sure the windows were rolled up. This was in Texas, so just to pull it all full circle, we did speak about keeping track of what was going to happen in Texas due to them supposedly, easing up on the mask laws. We knew that there were going to be people like her, and I don't think this is the last we're going to see of it. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, we're gonna move on to the next story. We've been on this shit for a while now. I wanted to talk about a couple things in the political arena, but I think we'll have to get to that tomorrow. Hopefully, Schoolboy can join us. I want to talk about Joe Biden staffers being fired for smoking weed, and they got a Republican. I think it was a GOP Republican, Tom Reed. You know, he's unhooking bras and massaging backs and all this crazy shit. So he had to go ahead and give a speech and retire. He had to retire. That, you know, after unhooking the bra and rubbing backs, you know what I mean? He had to give his little speech and retire. But we're going to get to the fuck shit before, you know, we get up out of here. And this is by way of entertainment news, I guess. So I guess this will be considered the latest entertainment. Young Buck and 50 Cent, they supposedly set up the bullshit between them, is what Young Buck is claiming. So I'm gonna let you guys hear the words from his mouth. If you're not familiar with Young Buck and 50 Cent little rivalry, or whatever you want to call it, for a while now. First, they fell out when Young Buck was saying a lot of shit about 50 in the past, and they kind of fell out over that, and then they kind of got back together. And then, of course, Young Buck had this this controversy because he was caught supposedly a transsexual was coming out and outing him, saying that they had a relationship. And then after that, you know, 50, I guess, kind of got at Young Buck or whatever. And now Young Buck is saying that it was all a setup. He was saying it was all fake. They planned it. So let's hear the words from his mouth. All right. So I'm going to play this. Here we go.
We playing this shit. We ain't got no motherfucking beef. You understand me? And see what you motherfuckers get. Because you motherfuckers are always chasing this beef shit. And then we done played y'all motherfucking ass. You niggas run around and just like, man, goddamn, man. Whole time, bro. You dig? Whole time y'all thinking whatever the fuck y'all thinking. So really we the motherfucking, we win. Because we made all you motherfuckers think that it's beef and we don't like each other. I just got off the phone with the nigga. We just shot a video yesterday. About to drop it and get it to the world. Fuck y'all up. Out of nowhere. But I just want y'all to understand one thing, man. That's what you motherfuckers get, man. You motherfuckers is crazy out here, bro. This social media shit got you people fucked up, man. And y'all got paid this time. We sit down and master plan this shit out. 50 was like, man, I'm finna say all kind of shit about you, nigga. I'm gonna make them fucking hate you. Then you gonna make them love you again. I said, what the fuck you mean, Phil? Nigga said, nigga, I'm finna make these people hate you, nigga. I said, man, why you gonna do that? You did? He like, no, just trust me, nigga. I'm gonna make them hate you, nigga. I'm gonna say all kind of shit about you, nigga. You think you can handle it? I said, man, I don't give a fuck about this shit. So I just followed the nigga plan, and then all of a sudden, I guess the nigga was right because they love me again. And I did it. I made them love me again. So when the nigga was like, man, I'm finna say all this shit about you, man, I'm finna just, you know, I'm finna fuck with them. They gonna think it's over for you. And you gonna make them love you again. So I'm thinking, damn, what this nigga doing? He's like, man, I'm gonna go over here in this movie shit. We're gonna get the fuck away from this shit. I'm gonna say all kind of shit about you. I'm gonna act like I don't fuck with you no more. And you gonna love them. You gonna make them love you again. And once you make them love you again, then you is gonna make them love us again. I said, for real? He says, so go on tell them motherfuckers they just got played. So there you have it. You dig? Now you motherfuckers know. And y'all know the old saying on the G.I. Joe cartoon, knowing is half the battle. You feel me?
All right, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I don't feel you, Buck. We don't feel you, bro.
This nigga Young Buck funny, man. That nigga say, hey, we gonna make them hate you. And then we gonna make them love you.
No,
and then you gonna make them love us again. I'm like, nigga, people already love 50 Cent still getting money, nigga. What you talking about? Why would he even say that? 50 Cent don't need no more love. What you talking about,
Yeah.
man?
What it was that, go ahead. I was gonna
real
say what I
sure. The
think.
only go.
I think what it was was that 50 just wanted to play this nigga. So he had to boost his head up like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna make him hate you. And then all that bullshit he said, 50 was playing this nigga. But you know how sometimes, you know, you talk to a woman and her niggas telling her some bullshit and the shit don't make no sense to nobody but him and her because it's some bullshit in the first place. So when you hear her, you be like, what the fuck? Okay, all right, bitch. I'll holler at you. That's what just happened.
I don't think 50 even had that conversation with him. But Mimi, go ahead. You got something to say.
Yeah, it's actually similar to what you just said. Is I would only believe this story if 50 went on live with him or independently and said the same story, because he's the only one that wouldn't have anything to gain, whether it's currency or clout, from this story being true. So, like, where is 50 in all this? What did he have to say?
50 Cent is the pimp and Young Buck is one of the hoes. 50 Cent probably gave him a call and he probably did an overreaction like, yo, okay, we back cool. So I gotta go walk this back and we back with the G unit and we gonna say it was all a plan. 50 Cent probably ain't know none of this happened. 50 Cent probably said, you know, keep doing your thing. And you talk about something, love us again. Yo, niggas don't love you, Young Buck. Ain't nobody talk about something when that new Young Buck finna drop. What you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, 50 is like one of my favorite petty niggas. Like, he is done, like when he brought out the Ja Rule concert, he brought out like 3 rows of the front row so nobody could sit in them. Like, he does stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, where is the joke? If 50 is involved, it's like, where is the joke? Like, yo, this is wild. Whatever.
So I think Young Buck was insulting our intelligence. However, like I always say, if you want to be played, you're going to be played. So there were people in the chat that was like, Young Buck, you're the realest and all that shit. So there are people out there that want to believe what he's saying. But, you know, for the rest of us, it comes off like he's insulting our intelligence. You know what I mean? Talking about we mastermind this shit and y'all got played. And I mean, if you're going to mastermind something, usually people don't have to be told that you mastermind it, right? The outcome speaks for itself, and then people say, damn, this motherfucker's a genius. And you never even have to say, this is what I did and why I did it. You know what I mean? Until years later when the documentary drops. And you say, yeah, that was some shit I did because I knew it was going to warrant those results. But in this case, you know, this honestly is more telling than if he did come out. You know what I mean? I think it was who said that? Internet said, why don't he just come out the closet like Mr. C? We know. Ooh. I think this, to me, is the version of him coming out. That bullshit ass lie, that bullshit ass me and 50 Cent mastermind this shit. I mean, I think it's really telling. You feel me?
It's a soft come out, huh?
It's a soft come out. And then he claimed that 50, he said, y'all go on. I didn't play the whole video, but he went on later in the video and said, y'all go on and ask 50. Y'all go ask 50. He gonna tell y'all whatever. So, you know, and I doubt 50's going to tell us the same thing. I think 50 is way smarter than to even try to insult people's intelligence with that shit. Keenan says, this is cap. Brooklyn Honcho says, even if that were true and it was a plan, what the Young Buck stand to gain from it? His music is still trash.
Now, this is what I would say. This may be a true thing because it's money in these groups. The Wu-Tang getting hella money. 50 Cent probably looking back like, yo, what the fuck? I'm fucking up. I'm missing out on money with G-Unit being all fucked up. So that is maybe something where you like, yo, just tell them that bullshit. They're going to not take it. Some people going to believe some people. He already know it's going to be 50-50. He just want to clean them probably up good enough for them to get on stage, to do a couple concerts, to get the screaming up. That's it. He probably want to clean them up good enough for that. So I can see that because, like, yo, he missing a lot of money with the G Unit legacy looking crazy right now. He missing a lot.
The G Unit legacy is pennies in comparison to like his production deals, his product deals, his liquor deals. Like that actually would seem like a waste of time in comparison. Like what is he like in the hundreds of millions right now? G Unit may bring a couple mil at best. In a pandemic, like these concerts aren't what they used to be, my brother.
But this is what I'm saying. If a couple years go by, people forget about it. You say about 2-3 years run by, he could run it up for a long time with G Unit documentaries, G Unit music. He could resurface for a good 3 months and get, like you say, not money compared to his production deals, but that is money. That's his legacy. He do, yes, 50 Cent do want his music to still be looked and viewed as a certain way. So I feel like it's going to come a time where, yeah, those guys going to have to be cleaned up to get that bad, because that's a big chunk of hip hop. The 50 Cent infiltration was a big chunk of hip hop. So I kind of believe it, because it makes sense to kind of clean them up a little bit to get them ready. Because think about it, with G Unit, everybody's still alive.
All right, well,
you know what I mean?
I'll say
they can run it up.
I'll say this in regards to your point, to give credit.
They did it about 5 years ago. They did that. I'm even gonna be saying that.
To give credit to your point, one of the things I did think after watching the full video was that the only thing I think that Young Buck was telling the truth about is that 50 wanted him to say something, right? But I don't think it was a plan in advance. So I think, it definitely wasn't no plan where 50 was like, you know what would be brilliant? I'm going to talk shit about you, and then we're going to tell him it was a spoof. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I mean? But anyway, Kid Murray says, Young Buck is one of the best Tennessee rappers of all time. Even though he liked boys, that's his life. And Kid Murray says, Young Buck Stomp, one of the best songs ever. Ludacris went crazy. Miss Ravioli says, I believe Young Buck for now. Well, there you go. There you go. We got one person in the chat that believes Young Buck.
Imagine
got 3 classics.
Hold on. Imagine one of your homeboys at a national platform. And the best way y'all can come together and think of to increase your profile is for him to accuse you of liking transsexuals. I mean, like, what?
Virginia Slim says, come on, son. You can't compare Wu to G Unit.
What? Wu-Tang solo artists did as much as 50 Cent did.
Hey, man,
Wu-Tang was a moment.
Off now. What did you talking about?
I'm not saying Wu-Tang was a moment, but Wu-Tang was the shit. I'm not shitting on Wu-Tang, but Wu-Tang and G-Unit, yes. G-Unit had a time just like Wu-Tang had a time.
No, they didn't. Nobody's fucking with G-Unit like they fuck with Wu-Tang.
Like I say, the G-Unit album was a classic. Beg for Mercy. Beg for Mercy wasn't a classic?
No, sir.
Beg for Mercy wasn't a classic, Logic?
Is Beg for Mercy the song or the album?
The album.
Okay, I didn't know that.
First G-Unit album.
Thank you. So what's one song on that album that we should know?
They had Smile come off that album. They had I Wanna Get to Know You. I Really Wanna Fuck You, Baby. Y'all remember that shit? They had Stuntin' 1-on-1. You crazy? Let me pull up this track listing. Boy, Beg for Mercy was the shit, nigga.
I feel you, man. I guess.
Redemption says J Doug has officially lost his mind. And and then Kid Murray says you can't compare Wu to G Unit. And we talk about who's done as much as, you know, I mean, you really got to look at RZA's done a lot in the film game and all that as well. Meth is a successful actor, you know what I'm saying? But Wu-Tang just got a cult following unlike any other rap group out there. So I think it is kind of crazy to compare Wu to G Unit as well. I think you could compare G Unit to a lot of other groups, but Wu-Tang, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? I think Wu-Tang is almost in a lane of their own. The only people I could see being compared with Wu-Tang, and they still don't have the catalog probably that Wu-Tang got, is probably like a Dungeon Family or somebody like that. Like,
ooh, but yeah, they not marketed like Wu-Tang. I will give Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang have a lot of offsprings. And I'm not trying to say G. I'm just saying they could run it up like Wu-Tang. I wasn't saying they bigger than Wu-Tang. I never said that. I just say like Wu-Tang having their moment right now. They got like a TV show. They got like 50 million documentaries that's doing good right now. And they just did the Raekwon and Ghostface battle. So they running it up right now, Wu-Tang Clan as a whole. So I'm just saying that could be a moment. They're not, G-Unit is nowhere near as big as fucking, come on, it's like Young Buck is nowhere big as an old dirty bastard. Everybody knows this.
Brooklyn Hunter says Young Buck or Bus got caught with 2 trannies, transsexuals. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. And really quick, Internet says that Stomp record did go hard back in the day. I mean, Young Buck was a dope talent. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna shit on Young Buck's talent. Even before he got with G-Unit, I used to listen to Young Buck when he was, I think, UTP, when he used to rock with Juvenile and all that, and people didn't even know who he was, and he was just on certain tracks. I did fuck with Young Buck, but later on in life, this type of shit, him insulting our intelligence, I agree with Internet. Just come out. Just say, you know, you like transsexual.
That's not gonna look good on the G-Unit brand.
I mean, G-Unit brand is 50. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
You gonna have some trannies, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have some transgenders up in the front of the concert. I want to get to know you.
Listen, 50 Cent.
They gonna be there with a mini skirt with a tip hanging out. I want to get to know you. I really want. They'll be all in the front row. It'll be Young Buck.
Listen,
throwing Hanes briefs on the stage.
50 Cent has a photo. 50 Cent has a photo with him, Young Buck, and a transsexual. I think at one of his store, like one of his press runs where he had his he's putting out his liquor and all that. And 50 Cent was actually like, him and the transsexual was like really close, and Young Buck was trying to like stand away. You know what I'm saying? So I think 50 is more comfortable in who he is. I don't think 50 would care. I don't think 50 would care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Young Buck I remember that Young Buck had stood off to the side, was like, yo, what the? And 50 Cent would post it up. 50 Cent was like, I'm here to get a check, nigga.
Yeah,
you buying some liquor?
Please don't ever let me get so comfortable that I'm out here taking real intimate photos with trannies and stuff like that, and then not knowing about it, and somebody got to pull my.
You can't say tranny, sir. You got to say transgender.
Okay, whatever. Transsexuals, you know. Yeah.
No, that's not transsexual. It's transgender.
There you go. So with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit more about transgenders.
Oh, Lord, why?
And
what are you talking about transgenders for? They get too much attention these days. I'm telling.
We lost one co-host already for the day, based on the topic. But at the end of the day, we're not scared to talk about these issues here. So this comes to us via the Shade Room / also this is being viral on other sites like Vlad. So apparently, Little Mama recently came under fire after she made comments about transgender children. Little Mama said that trans kids aren't well-rounded enough to make a decision about their gender, and believes a depopulation agenda is being pushed to the kids. Shortly after that, the rapper received backlash for comments that included the actor Jackée Harry from 227. Harry took to Twitter to say the lip gloss was never really that poppin'. Harry then said, be true to yourself. You were made perfectly. I love you for who you are. Little Mama fired back saying, thought you were a sister, more like a sister act. That's the problem now. These young girls don't. Matter of fact, let me just read it from the actual. Well, you can't really see it, but these are the tweets and all that. So I'll skim through them, but I'm gonna just read what it said. These new young girls don't respect y'all old bitches. Why? Because y'all don't reach out and provide genuine counsel. You play these internet childish games and y'all end up in a childish mix. Where are our role models? Because I'm tired of y'all old Hollywood bitches. Kiss my ass, Jackie. Shortly after this, the rapper then noticed she wanted to start a heterosexual rights movement. So these are the tweets right here. and I basically read them for you. And there's Jackie Harry. And hold on, there's a little video clip.
Who choose to be gay or choose to be lesbian or choose to change their sexuality with the mind frame of an adult, and you're able to do that on your own, I don't have anything against you. I have gay family members, I have lesbian family members, as well as friends, and I don't judge grown people who make grown choices. But when we're talking about these babies, we have to be very mindful about what they're being fed, because if my niece comes to me and she say, Auntie, I want to be a boy, and I'm like, why, Chinky? Oh, because I was watching a show with Sasa, and boys are very strong. They know how to shoot basketballs. They win when it comes to like tussling and little fights. And I'm like, well, you don't have to be a boy for that. And I can explain these things to her that she may be confused about. But if she's telling me, I think that I am a boy, and she still feels that after she goes through puberty, I'm not going to label her insane. I'm going to listen to her, take heed, and support her. But we're talking about making children feel like they can make a choice of changing their genitals before they even go through puberty.
All right, so that is the video they're talking about, and Little Mama was talking to looks like Rizza Islam. Looks like that was Rizza Islam. And Little Mama also said, when she quote Little Mama in this tweet saying, I'm about to start excuse me, heterosexual rights movement, anti-LGBTQ bullying. Y'all fight so hard to be respected, and some of y'all excuse me, and some of you, not all, get a kick out of bullying people for having an option. How they dress, how their hair and makeup looks, how much money they have, etc. There are so many people afraid to give their honest opinion. If they do, the LGBTQ plus will hear what they want to hear and take statements out of context. I don't have to prove myself by reminding people that I have loved ones of the LGBTQ plus community. When I speak, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just trying to speak my truth, just like you all. And then she also goes on to say, how can I be transphobic if I'm Bow Wow? Because everybody know there's a Bow Wow joke with her, basically people saying she's Bow Wow. And Ahmad says, where'd Mimi F go? Basically, she in turn is kind of proving the point that Little Mama is making, that things that you say or somebody say next to you can be taken out of context, and people are scared of that. So I think Schoolboy said trannies instead of transgender, and instead of correcting him like Schoolboy, like J Doug did, she just peaced out. She just peaced out. So I think
she peaced out on the joke I had told about the guy at the front of the Young Buck concert.
Oh, okay. He pieced out on a joke. But once again, J Doug is a comedian, and it wasn't like a joke out of malice. He just said that there will be people with, tips hanging out their dresses at the concert, which, is a joke. But, I think it still proves a point, and it begs the question of the day, you know what I'm saying? Are LGBTQ plus people bullying people for having their own opinion? Is that a thing? Because that's what Little Mama's saying. She's having beef with an OG actor, which I just want to put this out there. Not does it matter, but I met Jackie in 2011 in Hollywood at a film festival, and she was just a rude person in general. Like, there were a lot of people there that were cool. She wasn't one of them. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to throw that out there. That's my personal experience of Jack A from 227. But with that being said, we can talk about the depopulation agenda. Is there a depopulation agenda briefly after, but I want to go to the point of, I want to talk about Little Mama's point that she's trying to make, that she's trying to assert, that people are bullying people for having their own opinion about these things. Do you think that's a thing? Do you think the LGBT community are bullying people, Schoolboy?
Well, I've had this conversation with people before, and I think that the thing that's happening is that I think that what's happening is like how with black people, and J Dub, you probably identify with this a little bit. You know how when black people, they be so sensitive to racism, so anything that happens is automatically racism. Like, it doesn't matter if it's actually racism or not. It feels like racism, so it is, and that's the reason why. And so we become overly sensitive to racism because it affects us negatively. And I think that the LGBT community, they have been underfoot for so long. They finally got a voice. And so now they're making everything have to be homophobia. Like, first of all, homophobia is such a fucked up word to describe the fact that somebody disagrees with your lifestyle. Like, just because I disagree with you being homosexual or gay or anything like that doesn't mean I'm afraid of you. I just don't like you. You know, I'm not afraid of everything that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, at one point I didn't like pickles, but I wasn't afraid of them at any point in time. I think that that the LGBTQ community is definitely bullying straight people. Definitely. I think they're definitely doing that. I just as a personal recollection, when when I was going to Morehouse, they came up with this dress code. Part of the reason why they came up with the dress code was because there were men on campus dressed as women walking around. The issue with that is that we actually had tour buses that would come to Morehouse to see the campus. The people coming off those tour buses, some of them were giving money. Some of them were just thinking about whether or not they wanted to go to school there. None of those groups of people who we wanted to come to the campus to experience the campus wanted to see men walking around in blouses. So the dress code came out. The LGBT community was not happy about this dress code. Literally within a matter of weeks, there was the biggest transsexual I've ever seen in my entire life. We used to call him Gayzilla. This nigga was a whole 6'8". He had long braids, and he was the gayest dude. Like he dressed, walked, talked it like a girl, but he was literally one of the biggest human beings on campus. All right, it was definitely a bullying tactic. Definitely, everybody knew it for what it was. But who's gonna run up on him and be like, "Bruh, we don't like your lifestyle"? No.
Wait. You're saying that this brother Zilla, okay? You saying that he was bullying people?
Yeah, it wasn't an active bully, but it's sort of like this. Like, it's sort of like the mob comes to your place of business and they tell you that they want you to pay them money. They're not gonna strong arm you into paying the money, but the guy who pays you a visit might be 6'8", 400 pounds.
So wait, he came just because of the dress code, or was he already there?
I'm saying before the dress code, he wasn't there. After the dress code, he was always there. He was on campus. He was walking around the cafeteria, which is a major meeting spot on campus, in a fucking midi skirt. All 6'7" of him with a blouse on.
Was he a member of the campus? Did he go to school there? Or?
I guess so. I mean, I guess so. I wasn't.
Y'all had a gay mascot. Gayzilla was the mascot. The balls.
He didn't have a gay mascot. And I mean, I'm being nice when I call him Gayzilla, because we use the word that start with an F and end with a Gzilla. That's what we used to call him. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's not cool.
I bet you I ain't calling that to his face.
No comment.
They call him that to his face. J-Dog. Do you believe that they're bullying people for LGBTQ rights? Do you
Of course, and people is on the run as usual. They don't want to stand up. They don't want to fight. People don't want to stick together. And you know, people who consider themselves to be I ain't gonna say normal, I'm gonna just say people that's comfortable. There's no reason for us to really straight people for us to really gang up and be like, yo, we finna go back, we finna get lay down, which we should fight back. But I think years and years of fighting that, it's kind of like, yo, we kind of gave up the fight, and now they able to do whatever they want. They could promote it on TV. They could, like she say, they could push it to the kids. And hey, man, like I say, gonna take you further than what you want to go. When you support Obama, when you do all this type of stuff, when you put these people in office, and this is the results that they push and the agenda that they push, and you say it's okay just because he was black, it's what you get. I don't want to hear nothing what nobody say. Y'all supported this mess. Y'all voted for this mess. So this is what y'all get. I don't care. Y'all got to start waking up to the facts of what these people are doing, and then start fighting back, and just stop hating white people just because they white. you got Democrats, you could just tell you hate this person just because he white, and they white themselves. So we just gotta stop being just tricked time and time again, and then expect when these results come back, now it's time to fight. We got people like Lil Mama. Obviously, Lil Mama ain't getting no money right now up in Hollywood because she was getting a check. She would be online talking crazy. I guarantee that. When the money slow up, niggas started talking to Rizla Islam and shit. When the money coming in, nigga don't want to hear from Rizla. Nigga be like, hey, Rizla, stay your ass over there, okay? Nigga, let me get the bag, all right? Ain't gonna preach over there, nigga. But I'll be at the Mars next week, nigga. I'm gonna get a check this week, nigga. He with the bag coming in, he be like, I'll be at Mars, nigga. I'll be at the temple, nigga, next week. I gotta get the bag this week.
All right, well, hold that thought real quick. So I wish Mimi was here because I would love to have a opposing point of view. Redemption says she has a valid point, but Slim is saying Mimi is protecting her brand, and Redemption's agreeing with that as well. So my thing is to the question that we're asking: are people being bullied out of having their personal views or whatever? My question is, who is she protecting her brand from? You see what I'm saying? Like, who do you have to protect your brand from? It's well known that this show is based on various opinions that don't always agree, right? So if somebody has a joke or somebody has a different point of view, it is actually a plus to have people with opposing views on this panel. So, but who do we have to protect ourselves from? You know what I'm saying? Who are we scared of when we can't have jokes, right? Because a joke is a joke, and if it's not made out of malice, you know what I'm saying, then people should be able to joke. We could joke on black people all day, white people all day. Schoolboy, go ahead.
Well, personally, I'm protecting myself from the bans of gay gangs in Atlanta because I heard that they was knocking niggas out and raping them in the park.
Damn.
So, you know, I'm protecting myself from that. I don't want them to run up on me.
Well, you know what? That's another good point. There are men who get knocked out and raped. There was even a few articles about it where it was like a DJ sneaking into people's houses after the club, sucking them off. They was waking up to this dude sucking them off and all types of crazy shit.
I'm rape proof, nigga.
So
straight up.
So listen, we can't front like these things do not happen.
I can't be raped.
I think Schoolboy made a great point when he said homophobia is kind of a crazy word. You know what I'm saying? Because phobia is literally to be scared of something, right? However, I'm also a firm believer of when someone is a little, when people are have malice with their anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. Sometimes I got to give them the side eye because to me, I think a lot of times those people are on the low. You know what I mean? The people who go out their way to be foul to people for being gay, whether it's beating them up or, you know, just talking crazy about them. But a joke is a joke. J Riff says Gayzilla on campus handing out naps. You know, that's what it's Aki Sleazy Aki says this the iRant network ride or get rolled on. Miss Ravioli says, are we certain that all of the panel members were born how they present today? Miss Ravioli, what are you suggesting? What are you even suggesting right now? Virginia,
what you mean?
I think she's asking, were we born with the same sexes that we have now? Like, Miss Ravioli, are you? Is that even a real question?
So the question is, who wasn't born the way that they're presenting is the question now.
Nobody.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Virginia Sim says the Alphabet Mafia. The Rose Show says this was a LGBT conversation. Now J Doug back on the black and white. And Miss Ravioli says they are definitely bullying straight people. Miss Ravioli says Professor Strickland would not have backed down from him. And she says strict hashtag the house. And Virginia Sims says, I agree. You're labeled as a bigot and phobic because you don't agree with their lifestyle. If they want to be treated as equals in society, people should believe whatever they want and keep it moving. And
you know, I don't like that old nigga move Jackie O pull. That was an old nigga. Oh, a young nigga fell. I'm gonna correct her in front of white people. Now white people gonna love me again. See, that was a trick that she pulled. That old nigga do all the time. Now, don't you be going around here talking about no transgender. You know better than that. Then now the Hollywood producers in her circle looking at her like, oh yeah, that's right, Jackie. You told little mama I'm gonna give you that $5,000 gig that I was she could have got. Fucking nigger.
So
and Lil Mama look good, by the way.
Yeah, salute to Lil Mama. She's definitely yeah.
Lil Mama could get washed down.
Lil Mama, like Lil Mama.
Yes, Lil Mama is fine, boy.
Okay.
When she played, especially when she played Left Eye.
Lil
Yeah,
Mama,
look good.
Lil Mama presenting a certain type of way, bro. I'm gonna just say that.
Nah, Lil Mama is pretty.
No, Lil Mama got her skin right. She look good. She look like she from Baltimore. Shoot, that's how them women out of Baltimore look. Look at Just Hilarious. They all got that kind of like
Lil Mama's
like fight face.
I know Lil Mama.
No, that's a real Lil Mama. That's not what. I ain't Little Mama. That's Lil Mama.
Why you talking? I'm trying to talk. Lil Mama from Baltimore. Where you get that from?
Where's she from?
From New York.
Oh yeah, but New York up north, all them women up there rough. They not no Southern belle.
Yo, when that nigga Charlamagne said she had a hard face, she started crying, and I'm looking at her face now. She has a hard fucking face. She has a real chiseled ass face, bro.
Nothing wrong with no chisel face. She just needs some couture on it.
She looks like handsome Squidward. That's what she really looks like. She got a whole lot of definition in her jawline.
There she go right there. Let me see.
Cheeks and shit.
You crazy. Your mama get that word.
All right, let's
stop
look at her
that.
face. Her legs all in the picture and
Her
shit. Let's
face. Come on, man. What she her face? That's a shit. That look like a dime to me.
All right, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't smash. I'm not gonna say that, but her face.
I know.
So what exactly you saying?
I'm just saying her face look a little bit hard.
No, Lil Mama done turned out to be they're close to a dime, boy.
Okay.
She a rough dime. Yeah, she nice. She look 90s good. See, these women these days, you seeing too many women out here nowadays that look amazing because of Instagram bitches you would never seen in your life.
Listen,
you know what I mean? But that's a 90s dime. She ain't got no lashes on, nothing. That is a 90s dime, buddy. Fuck out of here. I grew up in the 90s before the exaggeration of these women features and all this couture and shit.
We giving her a 10.
I said a 90s dime. A 90s dime. A 90s dime is like a 7 nowadays. Because you gotta have a man.
Something's wrong with high cheekbones, but I'm also not gonna say that Lil Mama is the epitome of femininity. Like,
yeah,
come on.
she if you would have had Lil Mama in the 90s, bro. I was watching videos of Evelyn Champagne. What's that other woman I was looking at that they had singing on the beach? I forgot what's the old school. I like, boy, these women back in the day, you ain't have to be cute to start singing. They just put you out there. They ain't give a fuck. They said, bitch, better comb your hair and put some spray in that motherfucker and get out here and make that love come down. Right? And they sung the shit out them songs. Now bitches looking all good and they get out there on the stage and be like, yo, this bitch ain't do nothing. She look good, but bitch ain't do nothing.
Nah, yeah, I'm agree with J Doug, man. You bugging, bro. You're bugging.
Yeah, that's
hey, man. Like I said,
you looking at too. You out there in the world too much. You need to will it in, will it in, player. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen. I smash ugly chicks. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't nothing to me.
Lil Mama is not considered an ugly chick by no stretch. And she got some money to take care of herself. Mama
she got
up.
a strong face. That's okay though. You know, it's something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people like them strong. I tried it before. You know, like I take an ugly chick, but the strong face is just I can't do it.
I mean, she not the best you gonna get, but she's not no bottom of the barrel like people trying to make Lil Mama seem like.
She's not the bottom of the barrel.
All right, but we definitely not gonna say and just keep talking about if she look good or not, though.
You know, niggas get their own show. It'd be the whole show, man. Put up some more bitches on the screen. You know, niggas put up bitches all day. Now that's a dime.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, so I put the comments on the screen while y'all was talking, so I think they pretty much got heard. But Redemption says Jackie's ex-husband was suspect as fuck, and then she said somebody named Elgin Charles, and she asked me to look him up, so I'll look him up for research purposes. Elgin
sound like a fruity name.
Oh shit.
I would laugh.
Nigga, what? Hey, put him up on the screen, bro. Please.
This nigga, man.
Lord have mercy. Don't tell me that was her man.
Oh no, honey. Oh no, girl.
What is
No,
that?
boo boo.
Nigga, what
No,
is
sir.
that?
He looking. Oh no, his hair is laid. What the? The pick up the picture of him and her. He looked like he was trying to be masculine right there, though. That's him.
Wow.
But
Wow.
Jackie was a dime back then, boy.
Wow. How
Go
did
back to
this
Jackie.
evolve into? He looks like her older sister in that other one.
Oh yeah, he looked like he trying to be her now. I am Jackie, yo. I have embodied the spirit of Jackie, baby. I have been in her vagina.
He had a reality show. What was his reality show about?
Looks like he's a hairdresser.
Somebody told him he had to go in Jackie vagina to be Jackie O. Oh, I would go in there. Trust me. I would go up in that thing. That nigga went in that vagina and came out Jackie O. I got the spirit on me of Jackie. Now.
Oh no. This nigga
Oh
looks
no,
like
girl.
Wow. Please pull that picture up right
No,
there.
that nigga.
To the left with the nigga hair everywhere. Bruh.
Jackie O, you ain't got nothing to say about nobody.
Nobody.
She got kids with him?
She championing trans rights because she married a transsexual.
She one of those women. I can tell by what you said about her logic. She probably one of those women that's like the boss niggas around, and he look like a nigga that let her boss him around. Long as she let him play in her hair, he could boss him around all day. That nigga want to play in somebody's hair all day.
No.
Then that nigga grew his own. That nigga grew his own hair. Like, fuck you, bitch. I ain't got to deal with this shit no more. I play in my own shit. I'm not finna be with this no more.
Yo, everybody in the world, tell me if this cat is not a flaming homosexual. That's not Prince. That's gay, dog.
Ah. Yeah, men don't do that.
They don't.
No, men don't even make those type of videos. And if you do it don't hit the web.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. That nigga he's standing next to looks saucy. Like, bro, no.
Go back to the picture. That's his boo. Yeah, that nigga right there, boy. That nigga like, hey, Charles.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
No.
Okay. All right, so I guess we got down to the bottom of why
okay
was
that's Auntie Uncle. That's who that is.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. So
who put that in the thing again? Who put that information? Somebody doing their research.
Yeah.
That was our associate producer, Redemption. Slim says Logic. How was old girl rude? What was she doing? She was just wild rude. So I was, when you're at a film festival, filmmakers, they talk, and actors, we all talk, we all get to converse and whatever. So we, I was talking to her, whatever. And she was spaced out on some shit. And then she kind of just like on some, like really in a rush to just get away. Like everybody else is trying to find their next movie, right? So every filmmaker, every actor's talking to the filmmakers trying to see who's the next motherfucker gonna make a film, worth them coming in the film. And she was just on some shit like, I really want to be here. That's the kind of vibe she gave me or whatever.
It must not have been enough white people there.
And I think what really
money here.
I think what really threw the conversation left, to me, if you ask me, what really threw the conversation left is when I let her know my mother was a big fan of hers. So I guess like she didn't want to be reminded of her age. So that's really when the conversation ended. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Jake Doug has a point too. Maybe she's one of those women that like to boss men around. And hence, if you come through with that masculine energy, fuck out of here. However, if I would have been a little bit saucy, maybe I would have got a little bit more of a conversation because
you would have washed it down.
Logic, that's a great point. Let me tell you another story about when I was in school. So I was going to the I hope this shit don't get back to me. But anyway, I was going to the financial aid office. And at that time, the person in charge of the financial aid office was a guy who was a little bit on the softer side. And I was having a hard time getting shit processed out the financial aid office. And one of the upperclassmen was like, hey, man, do you notice anything different about the guy who's running the financial aid department? And I was like, yeah, man, he seemed like he a little bit soft. He looked like he got a little sugar in his tank. He said, well, yo, you might get more out of that office if you start treating him like how he act. And I said, that's a good idea. Yeah, that just is crazy. I said, that's a good idea. Next time I went in the office, I was like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, that's a nice suit you got on. What kind of fragrance is that? That smells nice. Man, that's a nice tie. Look at them shoes shining, ain't they? You know, I went in there, give them all kind of compliments and shit like you would a bitch if you trying to smash. Bruh, I'm telling you, within 24 hours, I had the money I was looking for. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you went, oh damn! You laid your Mac down on a man.
Hey. let me tell you, I got what I had to get out that shit.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you
Lord.
like that. Last time I laid my mat down on a man, I walked out the fucking
You do
club.
this all the time?
I'm trying to tell you. Listen,
what? The last time? What is? I thought that was the last time you did that. Would you do that often?
Listen, man.
Okay.
Listen, man. I play the game. I play the game like it's supposed to be played. It don't matter to me if it's a man or a woman. If they're gonna part with them coins, they're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it is. I'm not gonna sit there. He ain't gonna fuck me. He ain't gonna fuck me, but if he buying drinks, yeah, I'm drinking that.
When the lights go out, a mouth is a mouth, yes?
No, a mouth is definitely not a mouth. Listen, it was niggas in there getting their asses ran through for financial aid money. All right.
Oh damn!
Look, we all
What's
know
going on
somebody.
there? Y'all got the gay mascot niggas getting ran through at Morehouse. You got people around there telling you to lay your Mac down on men if you want to get somewhere in life. What's going on in Morehouse?
Miss Ravioli knows I'm talking the truth. Like, we all know like what it is. And that being said, if this guy sees that shit, I ain't got no problem with him. He cool as fuck. I don't have no issues with him. You know what I'm saying? I got what I needed. He didn't, you know what I'm saying, take advantage of the situation. You know, he just got what he asked for.
See, people, this is what you learn in college.
Miss Ravioli says, I know somebody that reported that financial aid officer, schoolboy. So Miss Ravioli, when they reported the officer, they report him for expecting favors, or did he like do somebody wrong? Did he touch somebody in a way they didn't want to be touched? We need more information.
He got aggravated one day, like, yo, I'm not finna be helping everybody get this money, and nobody ain't laying nothing down over here. Come here with all these compliments. Schoolboy, you need to get your tool, boy. Get your ass in here.
So,
oh my God.
I think it's safe. I think it's safe to say you cannot call Schoolboy a homophobe. You cannot call him homophobic. He's not scared. He's not scared. And internet said dude runs a beauty salon. The guy that we were talking about, Jackie's ex-husband, runs a beauty salon. If you're just now watching the show, we were talking about the fact that Little Mama says she wants to start a heterosexual pride movement, which there's already a movement out there called Straight Pride. Not for nothing, Little Mama. If Little Mama does happen to come across this broadcast, there is already a Straight Pride movement. So I'm gonna go a little further with the question before we wrap it up. Do you guys think there's a need for a Straight Pride movement?
I think so. And the only reason why I say yes is because the same way I feel the same way about any kind of extremism. If you got extremism on this side, you've got to have a counterbalance here. It doesn't always have to make sense because extremism doesn't make sense. But to have a counterbalance, I think that's definitely necessary. I'm not going to be the guy to jump on the limb about that, you know. But somebody like Lil Mama, she has a platform. If that's how she where is Lil Mama's career right now that this will hurt her career? You know what I'm saying? It's not. Like, come on. So she has
J-Doug mentioned that she was in a movie not too long ago. I think it was like a couple years ago, J-Doug, that shit came out.
A couple years ago. So,
she had a couple popping movies that year. She had played Left Eye because she had did a solo movie too. She had a couple movies out there. She's been doing some acting. She's relevant in the acting world.
Yeah, long story short, she'll be fine. I'm not gonna put myself on a limb for so my thing is this, like, if you're just straight, then you can just be straight. The majority of the world is straight. The vast minority of the world is not straight.
So do we need a straight pride movement or no though?
I think we need to balance the extremism on the LGBT side with something on this side, honestly.
And that looks like a movement?
Well, I mean, yeah, the movement would be like this. Like, I'm gonna have a movement against teaching kids how to twerk in libraries during story time. Yeah. Because matter of fact, you remember when the cross dressers were teaching kids how to twerk during story time at the library.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who started that organization was recently arrested on child pornography charges.
The guy who was teaching the guy who did the book reading to the kids in
yes. Not only did he get caught with that shit, but he actually ran for office and became the local DA. So he was mainstreaming his advocacy. He became the DA, turned around and got caught fucking with the little kids. So it is what it is. Like that was the issue that people had from the beginning, and the people on the other side of the aisle were like, "Nah, you can't say that just because he's trying to teach kids how to twerk and live their best life and cross-dressing. That doesn't mean that he wants to have sex with kids." However, those of us who are rational were like, "Hey, a cross-dresser is a sexualized person, and we're teaching that to children. So why would a grown person be trying to teach a 5-year-old about the variations of sexuality? Does a 5-year-old need to know that?"
Well, twerking is a sexualized thing.
Yeah, pole dancing. Remember, they were pole dancing in the goddamn library.
Right. I'm saying like, but cross dressing is not necessarily sexualization, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why do you say that?
Because the way we dress is an expression of our gender. Our gender is an expression of our sexuality, whether we want to be men or women. The only way it's not an expression of your sexuality is if you're outwardly saying, "I'm asexual, so don't look at none of these clothes, it's just a covering. But I'm not a sexual person. I don't even want to talk about sex. I don't like having sex, none of that shit." That's not what people are saying. So if you're a man and you're dressing up as a woman and your fake titties is all out, you shaking your ass and stuff like that, your butt is a little bit bigger.
That's what I'm trying to say, right? I think the lines are being blurred. Shaking your ass and showing cleavage is different from dressing like a woman, is what I'm saying. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like maybe it's because I'm straight. So when a woman,
I'm straight too, my nigga.
I know, but I'm saying this. I'm saying that maybe. And I'm not saying that you're not. But I'm saying that when a woman dresses like a woman in front of me, I feel some kind of way about it. Like, oh, okay, that's nice, that's cute. Like the thought definitely crosses my mind. Something sexual could happen here. You know what I mean? But when I see a man dressed like a woman, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
all right. I'm gonna stop you before you go to real quick.
That's fair.
J Doug, do you think that we need a heterosexual rights movement? Do you think we need a heterosexual rights movement? And if you just now joining the conversation, we're talking about this because Little Mama has been vocal about young people being exposed to changing their sex, and she thinks it's not right, and she got backlash for it. And now, because she's getting that backlash, she believes she should start a heterosexual rights movement, which, once again, I just want to throw it out there. There's already one that exists. It's called Straight Pride. But go ahead, J Doug.
Yeah, I think we do need a movement, but it don't need to be out in the open like that. It need to be undercover. It need to be secret. It need to be actionary. It just need to combat when people get done wrong for saying something that they believe. So yes, we do need that committee, and we need the fight the racist people committee too, because you got people accused of being racist that's not racist, especially what they're doing with poor Sharon Osbourne. That's a shame. But I want to get on that. But yes, we do need that, and yeah, that's it. What it is in the game. Y'all ever talked about that Sharon Osbourne thing?
Nah, we haven't. Maybe we can get to it tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to talk about that because that's fucked up.
All right, let's put it on the table for tomorrow. Miss Ravioli says all that after they got the money. Apparently, she's talking about the person who reported the officer that Schoolboy was talking about, the financial aid officer, that is. Steph says you got to use what you got to get what you want, Schoolboy. And Slim says, nah, because until flip the script and say, well, what about White History Month? Same type of energy. Okay, so Slim is saying, nah, we don't need a heterosexual rights movement.
I'm gonna stop you right there, only because we're not gonna equate being black to being gay. Never, ever, ever are we gonna equate those two things. They're not the same. Who you choose to have sex with is not the same as how you're born.
While we at it, I just want to bring up that the Karen earlier in the episode did try to invoke civil rights as her rights in wearing masks. So I just want to say this really quick. I meant to say it earlier, but I didn't. Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. Has nothing to do with wearing masks. That's something I wanted to say earlier in regards to Karen claiming her civil rights were being violated for wearing a mask. Ms. Ravioli says, yep, I already considered a straight pride flag. All right. Okay. Redemption says, Mr. Ravioli, no victim advocate flag. And Ravioli says, all con artists hide behind titles and the babies need to know about their bodies for protection. I dig that. Internet says, that's kind of like saying women should not wear pants, schoolboy.
No. There are pants that are made for women. Like, you can tell those are women's pants. If a man wears those pants, he looks crazy.
But is it sexualized? If a woman puts on pants, does it automatically means it's sexualized?
No. I mean, like I said, the way we dress, it just is what it is. Nobody's out here wearing clothes that don't fit their body right, that don't accent their body so that, the opposite sex could be attracted. That's what people do. So when you switch that up and you're going to be a cross-dresser, you're trying to attract different kind of energy.
Virginia Sims says, schoolboy, you said that straight people are the majority. Same concept. White people.
It's not the same concept because we're conflating race, which is something that you don't get a choice to say, well, today you can say it all you fucking want to, right? Today I'm going to be a white man. No, I'm still going to be black at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But if you turn around tomorrow and say, you know what, I don't want to be gay today, nobody gives a fuck because didn't nobody know you was gay in the first place.
Yeah, somebody did.
I mean,
somebody knew.
Chris Jones says, hell no, I don't think we should get heterosexual rights. We can't even get rights for black people. Ms. Ravioli says, advocacy over silence. Use your voice. It's your choice. No fake bait because I'm straight.
And black people got the same rights as everybody else, sir.
I mean,
on paper. I don't know how you feel, but on paper, yes.
Well, on paper is also the statistics of us being overwhelmingly put in prison for crimes that we don't overwhelmingly do more than our counterparts.
We get caught more though.
Because we get over policed.
Because we got a more violent community. Just so happened, I don't know why it just so happened to be that way, but it just is, We got, when our drugs come into the community, we shooting up, we having drive-bys. There don't be no drive-bys in the white community. It just don't. If we would sell our drugs and stuff in peace, I guarantee they wouldn't fuck with us.
Hold on. You said you don't know why. You don't know why. And then you followed that up with an opinion on why. Don't nobody care because you don't know.
I do know why. I don't want to say why because I just say I don't know why because I know people like, what you know? I'm just listen. I don't know why it's that way of why when we sell our drugs, it just get more violent. We start robbing and hating on each other. That don't have nothing to do with white people. If we could sell our drugs and do our crime in peace like the mafia, yeah, they'll still fuck with us, but it'll be harder. And you know what I mean? They wouldn't have much police in our community because we'll be, for the most part, peaceful people. But the crime, the gang, it overtakes us and we just get violent. And, black people, we got to, once one person do something, we got to outdo them. So a nigga might shoot the whole block. You coming with the AK spraying the whole block. You know what I mean? It's just back and forth. So look at the rap community. Yes, you got to have more security at a rap concert because rap concerts tend to get more violent than a country concert. Sometimes, yeah, it's a country concert. Somebody got killed in Las Vegas one time. What they do? Yeah, but it's a shooting at these black concerts every other week. Yes, it's happening with the other concerts too. It happens with everybody, but it's more often in that situation. That's why we got to have more policing because it's more violent. That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with being more violent. Black people take pride in being violent. Whoop your ass. We always saying that. We whoop your motherfucking ass. Yeah, black people say that.
If we was more violent, there'll be a lot more dead white folks out there after all of these fucking.
We're violent with each other. We more violent with each other.
Steph got jokes says J Doug can't help but to slander the black community.
It's not a slander. Black people will beat your ass. That's a good thing.
Redemption says this brother is lost. And Steph got jokes says the Magia was peaceful. The Magia. What's that? The Magia.
I think he went MAGA.
The MAGA was more okay. All right. So with all that being said, we spoke about if there should be a heterosexual rights movement, even though there is. Little Mama is claiming she wants to champion the cause. The last question on this I want to ask y'all is: do you think that? Oh, he said the mafia. He meant the mafia. I want to ask y'all: do you think that there is a quote unquote gay agenda? This is probably the hardest question. Do you think there is a gay agenda? And if so, what do you think that agenda is? Schoolboy.
I think so. And the reason why I believe there's a gay agenda is because, excuse me, because the movement is so, I think the word is stratified. And what I mean by that is that they have advocacy at every level, right? So that you've got people who run whole companies who are, CEO level, who are homosexual, all the way down to the associate level within corporations. You've got Ellen, who is a media superstar. You've got all these actors and actresses coming out as fluid or gay or whatever. That's fine. You know what I mean? I don't fault anybody for being gay. I don't really care. The issue is when they're trying to tell you that it makes sense that your 10-year-old child, 11-year-old child should be supported in choosing a homosexual lifestyle before they hit puberty. That's where I'm like, what? Like that part doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because it seems like they're going too far. So the agenda is, let's normalize this lifestyle. Let's champion this lifestyle for children. Let's get them educated to agree with this lifestyle. And I listen to Nasheed, right? And he always says, what they're going to try to do is going to try to make valid, what do you call this thing? Pedophilia. Because why else are you teaching kids about sexuality and homosexuality this early? It's one thing to say this is what a penis is and this is what a vagina is. It's a whole nother thing to start talking about what you're going to do sexually with another person with those genitalia. Like, that's a whole nother situation. So, yeah, I think there's a gay agenda. And I do think that part of that agenda is the destabilization of the family unit. Again, as a person who studied international studies and economics, J-Doug, you'll like this part. A white woman told me that the number one danger to government is overpopulation. So their mission is to control populations. What better way to control a population than to tell people to have same sexual partners? Ain't no more kids coming after that.
J-Doug, same question. Do you think there's an agenda? And if so, what do you think the agenda is?
I do think it's the agenda to push this on, like you say, children and everybody else, and destroy the family, the nuclear family, because that's what Black Lives Matter. They don't want the nuclear family. They want some other family, the devil family. But this is what I want to happen. I'm glad this is happening. Like I say, until people wake up, they stop worshiping people like Obama and stop trying to join together just on the basis of color and start joining on the basis of righteousness and character. This is gonna happen. Because we keep looking for people to join together by color. You're gonna have people that's evil coming in just because I'm black, you black, we all black, let's stick together. No, we gotta get righteousness to stick together with righteousness, no matter the color. Because this is a spiritual battle that we fighting. We just not gonna be able to be fought with niggas talking and complaining and niggas trying to say what's going on here. Y'all continue to send your kids to these public schools where they push this mess. Y'all ain't trying to see how you get the kids out of public school. You ain't trying to get your kids away from this type of evil. So I want this evil to overtake y'all, because if you're not gonna fight back, I want it to do what it's gonna do. Because I'm just gonna sit back and watch. Because if you don't want to overcome, y'all want to keep joining up together on the basis of color. Y'all want to keep worshiping people like Obama, who ushered in all this foolishness. Hey, do what you do. Do it. I'm over this way. Do what you do.
So let me also be clear about that, because you said Obama ushered this in. Y'all remember early 2000s? It was George W. Bush who put that shit on the who had that put on the ballot. That was the first time I voted. I remember that. They put it on the ballot. Do you believe that a marriage between a man and a woman? That was the question. That's what brought it to the national prominence at that point in time.
And I'm not against people doing what they do, but like I say, it's all right. That's why it's not all right to give in even a little bit. People always be like, yo, man, you go hard, man. You got to flex and bend. No, you can't give in to evil at all. You can't give it an inch, because once you give it an inch, it's going to take you further than what you want to go, and it's going to keep you longer than what you want to be kept. So, no, you got to have a belief system nowadays and stand on it, and don't give these people nothing. You can't be compromised out here no more. You can't say, yo, yeah, I'm going to agree with it a little bit. Once you say that, they're going to take you further than what you want to go. So like I say, it is what it is. I can't see nowhere because we too far out to see. Once you get to, it's something you just out there at some point. Once you get out there like that, you know what I mean? It's no swimming back. You don't, hey.
All right, so I want to get to some of the comments. But before I do, I just want to make sure I heard you right. J Doug, you believe that it is agenda, but you believe it's a Democratic agenda? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think it's a Democratic agenda no more, because it's no different between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party at this point in time, because of only divide was Trump. Trump was the only divide, and the Republicans that was in there wasn't even helping him. They were like, fuck that. We want to go with these people. And that's what they doing now. They're not giving no pushback. All they doing is giving lip service. I don't even see, well, who is a Republican nowadays? And all you know is Democrats. You don't know no, you know, AOC, all these motherfuckers coming out. You don't know no Republicans. So it's like, yeah.
Okay, so Schoolboy, you believe that according to, was it a white professor you spoke to, you said? Was it a white professor said that overpopulation is a threat to the government, so you believe it's a depopulation thing? That's what you're saying? Well, that's the same thing Little Mama was saying as well. Me personally, I'm not gonna say that I believe definitely it's a depopulation thing, right? I'm not shooting at nobody who thinks that though, but I do believe there is an agenda, and I'll tell you why. As a parent, I've seen things seep into what is supposed to be children's programming. You know what I mean? And we cannot overlook the word programming, right? So just recently in this past week, my son plays a game on a tablet, right? Because you know you can play games on a computer, and those games you can play on the tablet. And they have a lot of ads. They have a lot of ads that, you know, interject the games for you to play the games for free. And I seen one of the ads was a game or some type of cartoon game that they wanted you to download, which a lot of times people aren't overlooking. They're not looking over their child's shoulder when they're playing these games, right? I do, because I like to sit with my son when he's on the tablet. I like to sit with him and watch the games he's playing or whatever, or shows or whatever. And one of the commercials was a game where it wasn't black people, thank God, right? But it was a white guy and his boyfriend, right? And then his wife came home and the boyfriend had to hide. This is, and I swear to everything I love. I swear to everything. I saw this and I bugged out, and I didn't get to film it fast enough with my camera. And of course the ad went away, and I showed my wife or whatever before it fully went away. But that shit was bugged the fuck out. How in a children's game, it was a child's game, right? That this ad would come up with this guy, he was with another guy, they kissed and all of that. Then he had to hide under the bed when his wife came home.
What?
Yes, this was an ad that popped up on the children's game.
I'll tell you. Same thing here. Like my kids are young too. Same thing. It's always some random ass, and they'll even make it cartoon characters just so that it's ingestible by the kids. But they're definitely like, oh, this got a boyfriend. I had a same shit. These kids are or the cartoon characters are beating the shit out of each other, and they're supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. So then I have a conversation with my daughter, like, yeah, if somebody likes you, they're not gonna be beating you up. I just want you to know that. And she don't get it yet. She's still trying to process that shit. So,
But this is what I'm saying. Like you say, yeah, I don't think it's really nothing that could be done about this. I think if your son or your children come home and say they gay or whatever, you shouldn't be surprised no more these days. This is just where it's at now. And the longer we go on, it's not going to will itself back.
Well,
it's going to get worse. So I don't feel like I feel like it's going to be a normal course of business. I feel like give about 20 years. 20 years, yeah. Hey, that's gonna be water under the bridge. I mean, yeah.
Here's the other thing, and before you go on a tangent, I don't want to lose my train of thought because I definitely didn't speak on the matter, but I also feel like that them talking about like black folks, especially in the black community, about trying to act like we're homophobic and all of that. I don't agree with that as well. So the same way I don't believe that the CP culture, you know what I'm saying? The PC culture should be adhered to by black folks because we're not the one oppressing people. I don't believe that this homophobic conversation really pertains to us as much because in my community, which was a very hood community, I went to school with a lot of young gangsters and all of that. I didn't see people, beating up people for being gay. I didn't see people beating up on people for, being homosexual. I seen people be homosexual at a young age. I was in elementary school with a kid that we all knew he was gay. He was out the closet in elementary school. You feel me? But nobody beat on him. Nobody picked on him. You know what I mean? He played jump rope with the girls. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I remember in high school, I seen a dude walk around in a dress in high school. You feel me? And nobody gave a fuck. Only one dude thought to actually make fun of that dude, and they got in the fight, and actually the guy in the dress won. You know what I'm saying? So nobody really gave a fuck. You feel me? But I think that in other communities, you know what I'm saying, they're more prone to actually put hands on you or really troll you or bully you for your sexuality. And I think a lot of that comes from being that not wanting to admit that you're of that sexuality yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I remember there was a white movie, I think called Bully or something like that, or The Bully or some shit. It was about these two white boys. They were best friends, but the bully was the best friend and he was beating up the dude. But the bully was gay, but he didn't want to admit he was gay. So he would bully his friend into doing gay shit. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the movie, they killed the bully or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he was doing shit like violating him in front of his girlfriend and putting him in all types of awkward positions and shit. But like I said, at the end of the movie, they killed him. But to me, that's a white story. You know what I'm saying? Like I never heard of no shit like that going on in black communities. You feel me? So
down south, if you walking around back in the day all blatant like that with dresses on and stuff, yeah, you probably would get your ass beat. Now, you would want to be gay, you would have to have, back in the day, I'm just talking back in the day, you would have to have some type of, people knew you was gay, but you weren't finna be around admitting it or you weren't finna be around promoting it. You was kind of had some type of boundary set on you down south in the black community. You could sing in the choir, you could do your thing, but you weren't finna be wearing no dress and all that.
So
unless you coming out at night hiding.
Have you seen it though? Have you seen like black?
You used to see it at night. I'm talking about you used to be riding home from somewhere when you was a kid and you would see like a little man on the corner with a wig on or something, but all during the day and stuff like that, it was rare.
I'm saying, have you seen black people in the South beat up and or bully people for being gay? Have you seen?
Yeah, they used to do that all the time, especially before my generation. Yes.
Okay.
You jump out, beat a punk up. Oh, they call him down here punk. What you think, Sue boy? You down? Where you grew up at? Down south?
I did a couple, like I was on the East Coast, I'll say that, right? But I spent a lot of my formative years in the South. That being said, gay people got to do what the hell they want to do down south in rural Georgia. All right. Not to mention Atlanta. Atlanta, they can do what the hell they want to do.
Atlanta, that's different than
gay Mecca in the South. Houston ain't no whole bunch of different. It's a bunch of gay shit going down in Houston, and that's in Texas. So we not gonna sit and act like gay people have such a hard time in the black community when everybody quiet directed gay. Come on now. This nigga over here doing praise dances and shit. Nah, these niggas is
But
gay.
yeah, but these people obviously gay, but they not around talking about, yo, I'm gay. No, they're just acting a little feminine, but they just doing their
Acting a little
thing.
feminine. They acting like auntie uncle up in this bitch.
Yeah,
Openly.
but people know that, but they're not around promoting being gay. They're just acting like a woman.
They're not promoting being gay, but they are having sex with these little boys in their churches. What's the name of that? Eddie Long?
Yeah. And remember back in the day, I remember growing up, they didn't even call, like, when women dressed like men, they just called you a tomboy. They didn't be like, yo, you a stud, you a dyke, you be fucking these women. You didn't think about that when a woman dressed like a boy. Cause I used to know a lot of women that probably was stud when I was little. They was like, yo, that's a tomboy. She did dress like a boy, and that was it. It wasn't no sexual thing to it.
Yeah, for the record, I am in full support of all lesbians. All right. So if you having a hard time and you need to talk to somebody about people making fun of you because you're a lesbian, let me know. Hit me in the inbox. You know what I'm saying?
And you will wash them down.
Well, I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help.
Virginia Simpson's facts. Nickelodeon and Disney have plenty of commercials with same-sex couples. Miss Ravioli said, "Did you report that, JahLogic? Report it to who?" Ahmad says, "What the fuck?" I know my thoughts exactly. Nitty says, "Good morning." Nitty says, "Distractions and deflections." And Miss Ravioli says, "Amen. Don't give them nothing." And it's not realistic. It's not realistic. They live in generation, what is it called? Z. So technology is a part of their generation. The earlier they learn how to use the technology, the more of a chance they have in the future. So you can't not just give them nothing. All right. Jay Raff says, San Francisco used to be the hub of the gay community, but now GayTL is leading the agenda. Nick Lane says, tax evil, make Americans put their money where they want their mouth on. And Ms. Ravioli says, wrong, schoolboy, not teaching babies about their bodies helps pedophilia, incest, and child abuse. So I think I don't think he was saying don't teach them about sexual health and all of that, but to tell children about their sexual choices and as far as like preferences when they're probably a certain age where you didn't even tell them about just sexual health, first and foremost, or just about the reproductive system and all that is kind of it's suspect. It's suspect. You know what I mean?
And I would say this too. This is why men gotta really, especially black men, we gotta take this country back, take the family back, and really stop letting these women program these children too. Because these kids come to these women and say, yo, I feel like a boy, and they're a girl, I feel. We gotta have men that's on deck to say, don't worry about your feelings and do what's in front of you. We have to get back to directing it and really, like I say, shutting these women up too. And I don't mean to be so harsh like that, but that's how we got to get, because they're approving this stuff too, and women is running the most of the things, and they taking over government and everything else. So you're gonna be seeing more stuff like that. Long as we say, yo, I'm supporting women, we support women, let women do it. No, you can't let these women come in and do men work. We have to do stuff as men, logical men, and take it back. And we could put a cap back on some of this stuff. But
I don't know if I all the way agree with what you're saying right now. I don't know if I even all the way understand it. But what I'm hearing you say is that when children go to women and say they feel a certain way, that a man should step in and tell them don't worry about their feelings. I think everybody should worry about their feelings. But to say that there's men work and women work is kind of gray area, because then I would assume that you mean that women should be taking care of the kids, correct?
Taking care of the kid part physically, but men should be in charge of the children's spirit and soul. We should be there to correct that spirit within the child and say, hey, you're a little boy. That feeling is a feeling from the devil. Ignore that feeling, overcome that feeling. This is how you overcome that feeling. And you take your son, you pay attention to your son, you pay attention to your child. You don't leave them to the mama, because mama going to say, you feel like that? Ooh, I feel, ooh, baby. And next thing you know, she buying them a dress. You know what I mean? So you gotta snatch all that back. But long as women in control, long as men, I be seeing a lot of time, men just sitting back like, yo, happy wife, happy life.
So
like, I don't want to correct this woman. It's like, come on, man, we got to get back to what people may call toxic masculinity. You got to get back to that, because that's the only thing that works.
I mean, they're men who partake in fucking up children too. So I'm not gonna make this a man and woman thing. To me, that's not to me. But what I did hear you say that I want to ask you about is, do you believe in gay conversion churches? Is that something you believe, or gay conversion organizations? That's something you believe in?
I don't believe in nothing for no adult people. I'm talking about the children. These adult people going, you can't.
J-Dog, those gay conversion things, there's a lot of them are for teenagers. So do you believe in gay conversion organizations and or churches that take children in to tell them that they're straight? Do you believe in that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. I believe if
you believe in white Jesus. Slim thinks you believe in white Jesus. Do you believe in white Jesus?
No.
Okay.
But I am a Christian though.
All right. Talk your talk, brother.
Oh, I dance all night up in here.
Ms. Ravioli says, don't give them nothing as it pertains to rights, supporting at J Doug. All right. And Virginia Sim says, do they still teach sex ed in school? I don't know. My son is in pre-K, so I don't know if they still teach sex ed in school. If anybody else can answer that question, feel free. Your children are a little older, schoolboy. Do they teach sex ed in your children's school? Your mic is on, Teddy Riley.
I don't know if it's in school, but I teach my children about sex ed.
How you do that? You don't get no pay.
Internet says they do teach sex ed in school. All right. So I think we went in enough for today. You know what I'm saying?
Now, would you let your child go to school for sex ed if they talk saying they teaching gay sex too?
Go ahead.
I would have a problem if they try to teach my son at a young age about, you know, same sex and all of that. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. You know what I mean, for his development. You feel me?
So would you take what do they say? Your child have to come to school that day. If he don't come, then it's going to be
there's always a choice. You're not going to get locked up for your child missing a day. They can't force you to have your child learn something. They can lock you up or try to open up a case if your child misses a month, 2 months, you know, like long periods of time, right? But they can't say, "Oh, you opted out on this class, so we can lock you up." That's not a thing. At least not now. So it's not a thing, sir. You know what I mean?
They already making you wear the mask. You come in there and get your son. Talk about he ain't learning about no setting that day. You know you on there talking about si senor or this that little purple boy. You sitting there trying to speak Spanish your damn self because the nigga got their foot on your neck. You trying to figure out any way to say get this nigga foot off my neck, please.
Por favor.
You gonna be on that bullshit trying to get your son. They gonna wrestle your ass to the ground. That's where we going. I tell you, you're gonna go further than what you wanted to.
Listen, the time will tell. Only the future knows. But what I will tell you is, I don't think it's the same. I think a global pandemic is totally different than people trying to teach certain views. You know what I mean? So
I'm talking about enforcement, and I'm talking about once you let these people go, once you get these people control, all right, it goes there.
Yeah, it should be on the parent to teach sex ed. I agree, Redemption. But I get that's not entirely possible. You know what I mean? I know I learned my sexual education from my mother. At a young age, she told me about sexually transmitted diseases and all that. She opened a book, had showed me these diseases and all that, tried to scare me and shit. So that's how I learned. But I think sexual education is needed. But the whole same-sex thing, you know, trying to tell people at a very young age, you know what I mean? I think it's not necessary. And I also think that they should focus more on, not even more, but if you're going to focus on, you know, educating youth on so-called LGBTQ rights, I think then you should go and reach and fix the textbooks and teach children about history. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, Logic.
I think history is something that they need to teach our youth versus trying to push the agenda of LGBTQ rights. I'll say that much. J-Dub, go ahead.
I want to ask you this. Do you think it's right for you or a parent to teach their children sexual techniques? Like if you were telling your son, like, yo, when you get your woman, rub her down and you get that thing like that, and you beat it in there like that, you keep it in there like that. You think that's cool?
Nah. I mean,
but I feel like you should teach your son some sexual techniques. You shouldn't send them out there. You know what I mean? Slipping and sliding.
Nobody taught me no sexual techniques, and I ended up just fine. So I don't think I'm gonna need to give him tips. And then if I do, he's gonna have to be of a certain age and want to talk about that with me. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna have to say, yo, this is what I'm dealing with, and I'm looking for some some tips or whatever. But I'm cool off of sitting my son down and over sexualizing him. I'm cool off of that.
There's literally all kinds of different types of porn that are educational, realistically.
Would you sit your son down and let him watch a porn?
Well, I don't have to sit down and let my kids do shit. They're gonna grow up with a tablet attached to their brain.
Yeah, they're gonna look at that porn. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't have to deal with that. He ain't seen no. I was probably an adult before I really saw some different porn. It was hard to get some porn back in the day.
Yeah, I think people trying to get children to watch porn is definitely suspect. I think anybody trying to get a child to watch a porn probably has some pedophilia in them. You know what I'm saying? So I me personally, I'm not going to show my son any porn. I'm not going to be trying to teach him about no sexual techniques. If anything, I'm going to teach him how to treat a woman in general. You dig? I'm going to teach him how to be a gentleman, how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? And focus more on that aspect, on how to be, a stand-up dude, not how to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to throw some bullshit in the game.
All right. And Virginia Sim says they already including the sexuality of historic figures in some states, which is crazy. Redemption says if you have that type of relationship with your kid, adult kid, okay. And
damn.
Brooklyn Honda said this conversation turned left really quick. I agree. Maz says facts niggas had the VHS porn tapes. And I will say this, on top of someone trying to show porn to a child being suspect, I would advise my son that any nigga come try to watch porn with you, that nigga's suspect. Any nigga pull up any porn, be like, yo, nigga, did you see this? That nigga's suspect. I think that shit is weird as fuck. Even when niggas post pictures of women, yeah, anybody have these niggas on your social media where it's like a whole nigga where he's posting pictures of women on his page? Like, you need us to fucking agree with you on what you think about this woman? Like, what the fuck is that? And then niggas go under the picture. You ever know? And niggas go under the picture, act like they talking to a female, and it's like a whole nigga posting these pictures of these women. Weird shit I see on social media. Shit is weird. But anyway, with all that being said, salute to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? Salute to the donation we got from Sleazy Aki. I appreciate your brother. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yes, and salute to my co-host, Schoolboy, J-Doug, and Mimi F. Baby, who allegedly was never here. She wasn't, I don't think she wants to be named as being part of this episode. She had to protect her brand, as you guys say in the chat. But we did have a healthy, productive conversation. If you ask,
this is a conversation for V Styles. V Styles like to go there.
Yeah, V Smiles, where you at when we needed you? Maybe she'll come back tomorrow, but the conversation will be over. But I think the conversation, it was timely. Little Mama is talking about starting a heterosexual movement. All right. Little Mama believes she's getting bullied, and we explored that. And of course, we also talked about Young Buck, who's been alleged to be sleeping with transgenders. All right, and claiming that 50 and him set it all up. They set up all the rhetoric. They set up, not even the rhetoric. They set up the beef, and everything that 50 said foul about him. It was all set up, so they can
believe you. You need more people.
We don't believe you, Young Buck. We don't believe you. And of course,
you're not going to sacrifice your reputation
so people can fucking buy your next album. It sounds crazy. Sounds crazy.
If any of y'all niggas call me a transex or say I'm messing with transsexuals to help my profile, no thank you. All right.
And we also talked about Karen being arrested. Karen, for lack of better terms, we don't know her name, but she got arrested for not wearing the mask.
Trailer Park Queen.
Of course, China is still going to swab your anal when you come out there, because they don't care if you have the vaccine or not. All right. And we also talked about Miami Beach, them bugging the fuck out. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to my co-host. And y'all know what time it is. This has been the Morning Rant.
This bitch gonna delete me off her Facebook. Talking about every time she look at my picture, it remind her how we was cheating. Well, she was cheating on her man with me. I ain't got no time for that stupid shit. Fucking bitch. Passion. I ain't gonna rap yet. Hold that. Hold that one. Shit. Yeah. I ain't gonna rap yet. Alpha 5, yeah. Alpha 5. This nigga usually staring at me and shit. Yeah. First I fill the swimming pool and I dive in it. A pussy so good I nearly died in it. Fuck them other niggas, I ride for my niggas. Watch the shit you say, you could die over lyrics. Heard your little shot at me, but nah, I ain't care, bitch. Might throw my 607s on with the clear tint. Slim Latin bitch, and she pulling out her hairpins. Got a fat ass, but she kinda got some square hips. Tried to fuck her home, girl, she said that she don't share dick. Fucked her anyway, real bitches gon' share dick. Life is a buffet, I'm just tryna get my share of it. At night before I pray, I put my pistol where my pillow is. Ooh, I got bass, I got bass, I got bass. If you ain't talking no money, get the fuck from out my face. I was busted just 2 years ago, and now I'm getting cake. Been homeless just 2 years ago, and now I got a deal. I suck at monogamy, it's something that's inside of me. This pussy be dividing me. I need a little out of me. I knocked the bottom out of it. Made a bunch of dollars, lot of progress from a project. You no telling where I'd probably be. Blood on Rikers Island, V that passed the block with bookie suit, whoop, kinda G. Motherfuck the alphabet, motherfucker consonant. Fuck Wall Street and every cracker that's attached to it. Motherfuck the beat and every flat foot walking like I talk it, bitch. Talking shit, I chalk you, bitch. On my walkie-talkie, Frankenstein mixed with frankincense and myrrh. I be slurring my words all down. Damn, I'm on some other shit. Damn, I'm underrated. Shh, don't tell nobody, that's gonna sound like some hating shit. Jason Collins flagrant shit. Am I allowed to say that yet? My favorite salad Caesar with a little bit of bacon, bitch. Don't tell my OGs, but I be eating bacon, bitch. Assalamu alaikum, y'all be faking with that praying shit. Can't wear a kufi when you pray in Jesus. Why you? Let me stop. Trouble.
Schools train people to be ignorant with style. They give you the equipment that you need to be a functional ignoramus. American schools do not equip you to deal with things like logic. They don't give you the criteria by which to judge between good and bad in any medium or format. And they prepare you to be a usable victim for a military-industrial complex that needs manpower. As long as you're just smart enough to do a job and just dumb enough to swallow what they feed you, you're going to be all right. But if you go beyond that, you're going to have these grave doubts that give you stomach problems, headaches, make you want to go out and do something else. So I believe that schools mechanically and very specifically try and breed out any hint of creative thought in the kids that are coming up.
Say no to CashApp, I ain't tricking, bitch, you must be psycho. But I'm prone to lie though, just don't tell all my bros. I roll gelato in the Bronto, so I got the sky clothes. Damn, it's raining, grab my cane and pass my Prada poncho. The boots was leather with the tattoos, those the Randy Machos. Goggles, Ferragamo, condos big as Costco. I pop the rhino, then she swallow like it's Mr. Sacco. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. Modern life like Rocco, but I still pray to Shango. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho. Rebel, outlaw, reckless, vato, ghetto, desperado. Aim the Draco, eating tacos, take your breath like tight clothes. Adjacent to Van Gogh, I'm chasing my shadow. The pain is the shackle, embrace it for battle. In the gym for 7 weeks, I feel like Boris Kojo. I mean Cujo with a new hoe, sober watching Kuso. With my old hoe, I forgot I fuck my hoes in duos. Popo throws in 2 hoes, loopholes Albert Pujols. That piece of Groupon for designer, Gucci coat was 2-tone. School old Parasuco, shoot like Tony Kukoc. Good job, Samson, no Delilah, put that on my tombstone. Mirror, mirror, who's the illest? Please don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the realest? Wait, don't tell me I know. Mirror, mirror, who's the rarest? Please don't tell me I know. I devour my goals, and that's word to Gaucho.